Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is Sins and Consequences, a Blades in the Dark actual play podcast. You're listening to us on Dragon's Greek Gaming, wherever good podcasts are found. There's also some bad ones found. If you look hard enough, you can find really bad podcasts on the internet. And I actually want to say I listened to one recently that was fucking terrible.
It's called Sins and Consequences. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Ethan, fuck you. You're off the
show. You're fired.
Get the triple
No, Brian Poehler, I think is his last name. Now I feel like I got it wrong. But he is one of the comedians that did tours for Sarah Silverman back when they used to do the Comedians of Comedy. And he has a Dungeons and Dragons podcast that I think is the biggest piece of shit I've ever fucking heard. And I want him to hear this and understand that I am disappointed in him. Because I guarantee he had more money in the bank than I did when I bought this fucking mic.
I was about to ask, what is it about is it mic quality?
Yeah, they take one subpar quality microphone, set it in the middle, and then they keep fucking forgetting that they're recording. And start bullshitting like in the middle of like a character's turn. And so the first episode is 4 hours long and they didn't do a thing.
I mean, that sounds like me, but like
again, it's just one of those things where it's like you are presumably some level of aware that you are trying to make a product. And like you've done this before because you're an actor, like a professional actor, and you also have directed 2 movies. They're not good movies, but you have...
As a director, and he can't, like, what were we doing? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, like, and it's just one of those things. You can tell they're drunk, you can tell they're high, it's all good. It's just one of those things where, like, I don't know, I was really disappointed, because, like, I like that guy. I like his stand-up. I like his shit, that when he was on the Sarah Silverman show. I thought that him and the other guy being, like, the gay neighbors was, like, the funniest thing ever.
Oh, is Steve Agee?
No, not Steve, Brian. The tall
Brian Posehn?
Yeah, that's the one.
Oh, yeah. Isn't this thing called like nerd poker or something?
I don't know, but it fucking sucks is what it is.
I got him.
Yeah, but
if it's anyways, Brian Posehn, yeah. Okay, sorry, go ahead.
But yeah, he I don't know. I was just that is something that happened to me this week. But yeah, other than that, check out our Patreon because we put in more effort than Brian Posehn. You can,
and that's the industry bar.
It's a rating system. 3 Posehns is enough for you to be considered adequate.
3 Posehns makes an early seasons Critical Role, which is also atrocious to listen to. On Spotify. Like if you go to there, if you go on YouTube, it's fine. But yeah, it's just one of those things where. Yeah, we're doing all right, I guess. But what the fuck am I talking about? I got so distracted by Brian Posehn and his terrible podcast. I forgot. Oh yeah, the music you're listening to right now is by Sydney Fable. You can check out their stuff. We have a link to their YouTube down below. We also have a link to their glam rock band, the Blam Blams. I posted a bit of their stuff in the Discord not too long ago. And yeah, I've listened to a couple songs when I first was looking at Sydney Fable and their music, and I liked it. But I actually listened to like a full album of theirs, and it's really good. Like it's a really good album. Like just solid. Nice. Like I listened to it in the car. So nice. Yeah, you should check that shit out too. I don't know what else is going on. We got Adam. Adam, you're here. You had a week. You had a day. Tell us about it.
So I'll put away this thing that I'm looking at right now and get back in. So great news. They're making a new version of the Star Trek Adventures role-playing game from Modiphius, or Modiphius, if you want to pronounce it incorrectly, which means that the old one is on sale. They're trying to clear them out. I got the super special edition, the fancy one. It comes in a box. It looks like the fucking tricorder, which you can't see on my screen. It looks like the tricorder from the original series, and it's
Like
supposed to be
got-
something crazy. Not that, no, like that nice tricorder though. No, from the original series. That's the next generation tricorder.
that is the next one. You're right. Whoops.
Yeah, this and when I hold it up, I disappear. But it's like a big old thing, gigantic box that Spock had, and like anyhow, I got this thing. It's supposed to be like I think like $90 or something crazy like that. I think I got it for like $40. Fantastic. But otherwise, let's see what else is going on, man. I don't know, man. I don't know. I've been hanging out. I did that. I went to work. Working on writing some stuff. I made some songs. I wrote some songs from the perspective of lewds, and they're terribly depressing, and everyone should enjoy them. Drink some beer. That's cool. And recorded another episode of The Worst of Us, the Shadowrun podcast that no one's heard yet because I have not finished editing a single episode, even though I've been recording them for months.
This is true. I'm one of the players in that game. And
It's
I'm
true.
waiting for it. I'm waiting for it to come out.
Why the backlog?
Why the backlog? Well, hear me out. I take on too many projects at once, always. Also, hey, I took on an additional project, so I am now one of the Shadowrun fact checkers for Shadowrun fiction. So any kind of fiction that's written for Shadowrun, there's a pretty decent chance it's going to come across my cell phone, and I'm going to look at it and go like, that guy's dead. You can't have them in your story. So that's pretty cool. I stand to make tens of dollars doing this. I can't wait.
That is wonderful. Speaking of having tens of dollars, Ethan.
How's the new place? How are you settling in? You've been there for a couple of weeks now?
Yeah,
Really?
well, it's I'm really liking it. It's one of those things where like the past 2 weeks have been like sick, then like the last week it's been kind of like half sick but good enough they can like go in and work. And so it's like I don't know how many times I just like apologized to people in meetings this last week where I'm like, hey, I'm sorry, like I am going so slow today, but yeah, let's talk about how do we build this project, like, and just like doing all that type of crap, which is oof, it's been a little
Exhausting.
rough. But the past few days, it's finally, I'm like, oh, I'm not really that sick anymore. I'm a bit phlegmy, but like I'm not sick. And so
Nice.
we got to go hang out on the beach today, which is
Ooh.
super dope because it's like we're out there and we're like, wow, it feels like vacation. And I'm like, yeah. And that's our apartment right there. And it's like, oh, that's kind of cool. It's very just living that life. And so
It takes,
I'm loving
it takes
that.
minutes to go on vacation. That's so cool.
Right? And then
Yeah.
it's like, oh, like, oh, it's just I love it. Yeah.
Fuck yeah, dude. Good for you,
It
man.
is
That's
good.
awesome. I'm happy for you. You need to get more like lightweight button-down shirts that are short sleeve that have stupid print on them.
I've got 2 of those so far. I'm going to start building
You got
up
up
a
those
collection because
You got up those
it's
numbers.
great. Yeah.
I got some stuff I got to send you.
I lived in Tampa for 2 years. I have like 15 shirts. Trust me, it needs to happen.
It's a
I've been
lifestyle
getting into
now.
them. Been getting into them. I got my cat shirt. I got my bowling shirt. I wore both of them at Gen Con. Worn them since.
Oh yeah, dude.
I like
The
them.
I like
cat
those shirts. They look cool.
Yeah. This one I'm wearing right now is actually a Dr. Pepper shirt. I'm wearing it because I'm not wearing Chris.
You're wearing it ironically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll burn it later. No. Yeah, and we got ourselves a Dio. Dio's around.
No, we
Wait, Dio's
No.
good.
Dio.
Oh my
No,
God.
Dio.
Grabbing a bowling shirt.
Oh,
or,
he's getting
he's-
he's suiting up.
summer
What do we
shirt.
got? What's on the shirt? I can't tell.
It's
Yeah,
dyed.
Oh, it's a bunch of dice and swords and
dye.
shit. Oh
Yeah.
yeah, dude, that's nerdy as fuck. I love it.
And,
shirt.
and also, it comes with a cloth cleaner.
Oh, that's awesome. So you can like clean your glasses and shit on your shirt.
Yeah, because I
It's
bought
like they
2
knew
shirts
you
from
were
this
a nerd.
place. And just to kind of throw since I have the spotlight here, I got this is from Project Good Apparel. I got 2 shirts from them, and the material is amazing. Like these are super
Project
breathable
Good Apparel.
Yes.
Okay.
I found them over at a bar that was doing a artisan, kind of like a not a farmer's market, but like an artisan, like what do they call it? Like
Like one of the
market.
kind
Artisans
shows.
market?
Yeah.
Yes. And we bought a bunch of art stuff. I got like this little like B Metroid for myself, a bunch of other stuff, and I got the shirt amongst another one. And any
that's
shirts
pretty
that
cool.
you buy, they'll donate a major bulk of the spending you make for the shirts to a organization that's tied to it. This one went to the what was it? It was like the super popular game.
Dungeons
Game-
Dragons.
I wish.
Zelda.
But no, but it was like for like a game, for like a game charity where they teach kids how to make video games. And the other
cool.
one was donated to children with ADHD in Ukraine to help them get school supplies. And I was like, yeah, I'll get these shirts. They're super awesome shirts, and
Nice.
also D&D. But
Berries.
my whole week has been crazy. I got to be in the presence of Rosario Dawson.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
She's on my list.
She is as amazing as it could be to have her be in your presence, but not being able to engage or interact with them. Honestly, I don't blame her. Nobody wants to be at the airport and communicate with anybody. I just want to go to the airport, hide in a small dark corner where nobody can see me, and then go on my.
Like you
But-
accept that you're going to be uncomfortable when you walk into an airport.
Absolutely, and with notoriety like that, like I cannot blame them. Like it's just like, okay, I already have the. I was already geeking out because I'm like, holy shit, Ahsoka's here. Can I please? Also, you were like the only good actor on Luke Cage. But like,
Oh, fuck you, dude.
Okay, there
Luke
was
Cage
amazing-
is fantastic. All right, sorry.
There was a lot of amazing actors. A lot of the main cast was good, and then and then like other things just kind of went to shit. But like, maybe for season 1, I could argue that the whole cast was good, but season 2, but that's
Season
probably
2
why I'm
was good.
salty.
Oh, the second half of season 1 sucked. All right, never mind. Go ahead. We'll talk about
Regardless, no, but regardless, that was just kind of the crazy week. Oh, also, I started a class with my wife. We're doing a graphics novel creation class where the ultimate
That's
goal
so
is
cool.
to make a comic book amongst the class. Hopefully, we can have a comic book to show off by the end of the semester.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
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 Can't wait to see it.
CJ, I don't know how much Aaron told you about my new character, but
You have a new character. I'm so proud of
Yes.
you.
I haven't mentioned him at all.
should I keep it a
Myre-
secret for now?
Yeah.
No.
Obviously.
I think give a quick intro. I think.
Yeah, actually, you probably should. You probably should. I was
It's-
being.
bring him back in. Yeah.
Ah.
I was just being
But-
silly, Billy.
But you know what? Just to kind of keep it in the dark, with some blades on the side, Albatross has
I get it.
definitely gotten himself into some deep shit. He's getting a lot of new help from the new character, and it's gonna be fun to have them both. A reintroduction on one part and an introduction on another.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm. But yeah, a lot of last session was spent watching these two characters interact. But I'm glad to have you back, CJ. CJ,
Yeah.
how are you been? Am I allowed to say it's your birthday?
It's my birthday. I was gonna say it, so you go. Thanks for stealing my thunder. You know?
All right, we should all sing. Happy
Oh, no.
birthday to
Happy
you.
to you.
Happy birthday to
Birthday to
you.
you.
Happy
So insane.
birthday, dear. Happy birthday to you.
Now sync it and editing.
Yeah. There you go.
Deal with it.
But yes,
Yeah.
CJ,
Yeah,
it is your birthday.
it's
How
my
was your
birthday.
week?
It was okay. I took the week off, not particularly because it was like partially because of my birthday, but also I had friend come up to help move another friend, and so like while they were up in the area, we were just kind of all hanging out,
Nice.
going around, showing the town.
Nice. That's rad.
Yeah.
That's
Did you show him Chicago or did you show him?
Yeah,
Bummer.
we did go to Chicago, so it's like,
Okay.
we gotta go to Chicago. He's never been to Chicago. We gotta go. We went to the Field
Show
Museum.
you the highlights of Lombard, Illinois.
The real
Here's
the real
the.
question is,
All right,
Yes.
let's leave.
what did you get to eat?
Oh
If you
yeah,
say
I
Chicago
did give
deep-
them. I got them Portillo's. I took them to Portillo's.
fuck yeah. There you go.
Can I just say I've had a Chicago deep dish pizza. It's not good.
You know
It-
what?
Okay.
I'll be honest.
Okay. Where did
I'm
you
not-
go though?
What?
No, okay, those are fighting words. Where did you go?
I'm assuming Aaron's answer is going to say Chicago.
It's gonna be the generic ass answer everybody gives. I went to Giordano's and I got subpar pizza.
No. No, yeah, you don't go to Giordano's.
No.
That's a fucking.
Okay, can I just say I've been to the States one time since I was like legally allowed to vote. Like no, I don't remember what restaurant it was. I stopped somewhere and I got like a tiny little fucking deep dish pizza, and it's not that the pizza is bad. The sauce is fine, the cheese is fine, toppings were fine. It's just the way that you chose to put it together is backwards and wrong.
It's because it's cold as shit. We need something warm.
What?
I
No,
need
it's
soup in my
backwards.
stomach. That's pizza. No, you're backwards. Don't start. No.
This is
like
not
official
going
We
well.
found a hill you will die on.
This whole episode is just people fighting with each other about irrelevant things. Like, I will fist fight you about a Netflix show from 6 years ago.
Yeah.
You got the angry Midwesterner.
And you know what? As we're just being like real typical men right now. CJ was trying to say something.
I
And
know.
we all
I
talked
know.
over her.
And
Yeah,
I was gonna
about-
apologize for interrupting too. I was like,
I don't
know
know.
what,
I was
CJ?
gonna say I honestly agree. I don't really care for deep dish.
What?
Yeah.
Go
honestly,
oh, you-
It's too much sauce. It's too much. It's like a pie of sauce.
Yeah,
yeah.
it's delicious.
It's
honestly,
a fucked up way to make a pizza.
our thin crust pizza is much better than
That's
deep
what's
dish anyway. Like, it's just
It's not your thin crust pizza. It's the
excuse me.
world's thin
Excuse
crust
me.
pizza.
Excuse me.
No, it's
Every-
different.
every-
It's different.
Yes,
It's totally different.
Squares are better than triangles. Period. Just say it.
It's
Just,
not
you know.
even. It's not even. I mean, like, honestly, I love the little corner, the little circular corner, little triangles. I love those little guys. But no, dude, it's if you get like the tavern cut Chicago thin crust pizza, it's a different experience than pizza from anywhere else, and that's what people here eat, and it's great. It's
Next year,
super
Gen
good.
Con, I will make you a pizza that will make you hate the city of Chicago, even though you guys
Impossible.
love it so much. Yeah, no, I'm gonna do it.
Impossible.
I'm gonna do it.
I'll bring you some real fucking pizza.
No,
Okay? It'll be cold as fuck by the time you get it, but it'll still be great.
we'll just need a proper oven.
But
Just
yeah,
grab some tortorices and bring that out there. You'll love it.
Less.
less. All right, CJ, is there anything else you want to talk about this week?
I don't know. So I also went to Ren Fair. I got a baby stab.
Oh! You got a what?
A baby stabbity, little dagger.
Where? I don't see it.
Well, I don't have. I'll go get it then.
Why
Yeah,
aren't
go
you
get it.
carrying it? Why isn't it on you?
Yeah,
This
like what
is-
do you?
The start
I
of
thought
the
we were playing
episode
Myre.
is show and tell. Like, you
Yeah.
gotta have things ready.
Yeah, I mean, I tried to show you guys the thing that I got. It didn't work, but I'm excited about it. It came with a
I've
bunch
been-
of dice. I got. Look at this.
Oh, I can't see
You got the
that.
gospel.
I like how the dice is like in shape. Even wait, the
It's
gospel.
like a
So
blur.
it's- I have a book that is the Gospel by Gen Z, and it is just it's a wonderful read. Of
Ooh,
really
that's a
is
fancy
a
looking
sound
knife.
Ooh, look
look
at
at
that
thing. Pull
dagger.
that thing
It's
out of
like
there.
sheath.
Whip it out. Ooh, shit! That
Oh.
looks pointy as fuck.
Blue.
Look at that.
That's a proper dirk.
Ooh,
That's what that
It's
is.
a dagger.
it's Phoenix
Wow.
Dark Dirk.
Very cool.
I was
Yeah.
sad to later find out that the Illinois thing for carrying blades is 3 inches. I was like, damn, too big.
Gotta be the size of your palm. Or that's the
I think you can. I think you can open carry that blade.
Is it? I'm assuming it's not sharp. Is it sharpened?
Oh, it's sharp.
Oh,
I can stab a man.
okay. Never mind.
I wish
It is
I
an
wish the
actual
listeners
weapon.
could have seen CJ's eyes when she said it was sharp. Like they
Oh,
got
it's sharp.
big.
I'll show you.
Oh, it's fucking
Oh, let me
sharp.
show you guys.
It's like hands over and
Guys, I
there's
need
this
to
big
leave. I gotta go to the
bandage.
hospital.
Hands over. There's just like a dead guy in the
Oh, cool! Look at that mug. That's nice.
Ooh.
It's got the forest on there.
I like the.
Actually, like a drip kind of like design. So like it's
I love
like
that.
they dripped all the colors on it. So it
Oh,
looks
that's
like
cool.
It's
I
got
love
depth
it.
to
Oh.
it. That's
Did you,
neat.
Fuck yeah,
did you
dude.
go to the Did you go to the Ren Fair in Wisconsin?
Bristol.
Bristol? Yeah.
Yes, it's so
Hell yeah.
beautiful to go to.
Mm-hmm.
Pumped. I might go for Labor Day.
Do it.
Dude,
I
want
love
to.
how much people cosplay for Ren Fairs. It's so cool.
yeah.
You go there and like there's just
So
so many people that are like
Oh,
the weirdest
Oh, it's
outfits.
so fun. Like,
And it's like a
I go
mix,
there and
'cause,
I
like-
see you see
like-
people in the normal like Ren Fair attire, and then you'll see someone in cosplay, and then we saw a furry. So it's like, okay,
Yeah, right. It's like there's a wizard, or like there's a knight, and then you're like, there's a goth. That's just a goth hanging out, and
That's
it's
just what that person looks like.
Everyone's
That's just
welcome
their
here. dude.
day-to-day.
it's a
Dude,
very
my-
inclusive environment.
my wife and the Zord. Those are two different people. My wife and then another lady named the Zord.
What?
Have been. Yeah, I call her Zord because that's what I call her, and because I don't want to say her real name on the podcast. But Yeah, so they've been planning
Intrigued.
like a 3-way cosplay
Whoa.
outfit.
Oh,
Listen, Adam, we can get into it. It wouldn't even be that weird. But
tell me
But
about the
yeah, like-
sword.
I don't know. She's
All
a
right.
wonderful woman. I don't know what else to say.
Is she like part
being in the
mechanized
cosplay.
dinosaur?
Yeah, that's what makes her wonderful, Adam.
All right, that just explains the Zord thing. I'm like, tell me.
Because of the segue, I imagine somebody in a Megazord costume walking through a Ren fair. So
Yes, that's
that
that's
in my
what
head.
is happening in my mind. Like it's a robotic T-Rex and your wife hanging out.
Yes, but no, I one of the reasons I got the Tustum when I was at Gen Con is because that's part of it. Is that I'm supposed to be like this big ass orc that walks around with these 2 little fairies, and
Nice.
that's the whole thing.
Oh,
that was it.
that's really good.
Yeah,
Is that when you do that? Do you put like green face paint on too?
I was gonna go as a Shadowrun orc, so I was just gonna wear my bowler shirt.
It's
A pair
it's
of
not cool to go in
aviators.
green face. That's like totally
Yeah.
not cool.
No, it depends
It's orcish.
because I sweat a lot, Ethan. So it's hard for me to wear full face makeup.
So I mean, I'm gonna. Oh man, there's this.
Wait.
Okay, so
Adam, I love you. Go ahead.
all right, thank you. So there was this dude named Ben that worked at the Games Workshop store in Woodfield Mall. Ben, I hope you're listening. He decided for Halloween to be an orc, and instead of doing face paint, because he had the same concern that he was going to sweat it off, motherfucker dyed himself in a
No.
bathtub filled with food coloring. Yes.
How long? How long was that on him then?
Well, I don't know how long he was in the bathtub with the green food coloring.
No, I mean,
but
like,
he
like
was
weeks
green.
later.
He
Yeah.
was green for like a week. Like it's like he came in and like it mostly he had scrubbed it off. So he came in the next day and like his face was like red because he had like scrubbed like crazy. But like his ears, like inside of his ears was all green. Like the creases on the side of his nose were green, and like his
Just like
fingers
you
were all
blow
green.
out the colors, right? You can't get it off. You just lose that skin.
You gotta wait for the skin to just fall off. But that fucker was green for a while. So let me recommend that you dye yourself green with food coloring.
Gonna do it.
Don't.
I'm gonna do it.
You reminded me of the horror story, the con horror story of the Homestuck fans who dyed themselves with permanent markers and alcohol in a tub.
Oh.
What?
I can do it safer than that. I know that. But anyways, my name is Aaron, also known as Poultrygeist. I just wanted to get that in there at some point on the recording.
Oh
Time to do
man.
And I do have a very quick story. When I was a props maker for
Mad props.
Mad Props. I made props for Shrek the Musical way back in the day. And one of the ones I had to make was a club that the one actor could hit the other actor with and it would break. And so the way we made that is we made it in 2 pieces out of spray foam in like a mold.
Okay.
And the second time I made one, I went to pull the mold apart and it wasn't quite set. And so I got spray foam all over my hands. And it took a month and a half
Oh.
for me to get it off.
Oh
And I
my
would
God.
just sit there every night and like rub my hands together and it would just sprinkle glue all over my lap. And I did that every day for a month and a half until I got brand new hands, basically.
Oh my
That
god.
sounds really comfortable.
Yeah, no, it was wonderful. I made like $10 an hour. And I worked too quickly for that to even be worthwhile at the time. So yeah, that was wonderful. But with that being said, we are going to play some Blades in the Dark. Last week, we had a little bit of downtime action. We met a new character in the name of Lechusa, I want to say. Yeah, Lechusa.
Lechug. Sorry, that was
Yeah.
a Spanish show.
There we go. But in the form of Lechusa, Lechusa and Albatross had some intense bonding sessions when a bomb was thrown at them. Which actually resulted in Albatross not becoming traumatized for a
And
fourth
feeling
time, not
better
being
about
kicked.
himself.
Yeah,
Uh,
if I hadn't thrown a bomb at you, Albatross would be out of the game right now.
it's one of those
Yeah.
life affirming bombings.
Yeah. Which is not what I intended when I threw the bomb at you, but that's okay. One person we didn't hear from last week because they were gone. They abandoned us. Was CJ DeBono and her characters Myre and Shiova. So I very quickly want to check in with Myre in particular.
Yeah.
So after that last score, you Tokyo drifted some goats.
As you do.
You Tokyo drifted some goats out to help out your compatriots escape after they had successfully assassinated several major political figures.
As you do.
As one does. You probably return back to the library at some point. What was Myre up to after that?
Her big like main focus thing now that she's just like 100% on is like continuing her research on this like gold cloak thing that she saw visions of from the weeping lady.
Okay. So yeah, you spent some time. Do you talk to anyone about this, like maybe to help you narrow it down?
Not within the crew yet. Not until she has like a good idea of what's going on. She doesn't want to like. She doesn't know exactly what's happening, so like it's a little worried of like if I bring it up, are they gonna go like on her or whatever? So you know.
Sorry, that was amazing. For your audience at home, she literally made the face from the screen while she did that scream. So that was pretty rad. Okay, so you maybe would know of a couple places you could go. Out towards Silk Shore, there is there's a place or a group of people called the Dimmer Sisters, which are they sell like occult goods and reagents and things like that. So you would be somewhat familiar with them. It's inevitably at some point if you dabble in enough occult stuff, and even some types of like alchemy, you would have to visit them. They have a store out there, though you've never seen the quote-unquote Dimmer Sisters themselves. Nobody has. But you know that they would have some information about like weird books and things like that.
Okay.
I would like you to make some kind of I want you to make a fortune roll, Myre.
Okay.
And I'll give you a +1 die.
How do I do that?
So if you click the dice on the left, the picture, the right.
Okay.
And then yeah, the first one is fortune roll, and then you would 2 dice, yeah. And then I'll look at the chat.
4.
Okay, this is a mixed success. You enter into their store. It's kind of right on the edge of Six Towers as you cross over from the docks. And so you enter into this store and you see like a very, very like an elderly woman kind of very slowly and ineffectually trying to sort through piles of books and ingredients and things like that. She seems to be moving at her own pace, which maybe a couple decades ago would have been sufficient, but these days you can tell just the way the store is laid out. There just seems to be books almost piled up over top of your head without any sort of organization. You see that there's like roots and things hang up to dry that have long past their due date. There was a time a few years back where this was the place to go, and everything looked pristine and lovely, but over time the upkeep has fallen quite a bit.
Danny Gerviso still talks about how it used to be such a great and well-organized place for books.
Yes, yeah, it used to be. But one thing that you would know about this woman that operates the store is that if you ask her for a book, she always hands the person the right book. Like, even if it's not the book they asked for, or if they don't know what they're looking for, she has a knack for finding out exactly the right book. And so when you enter, presumably you ask her I had a strange dream the other night or something like that. Actually, yeah, I'll let you do it. How do you ask for this book?
Right? Comes in, looking around at the place in disarray, but gonna go with all the Yelp reviews that this is the place. I gotta trust that 4.5 rating when there's like 200 people who reviewed it. So she comes in, spots the lady. Yes, hello. Are you open?
Yes, of course. Come in. Presumably, there's something you're seeking.
Yes, you could say so. I've heard that you're the place to find a book. She's kind of like looking around a little anxiously now that she's got a. I'm sorry, my cat distracted me.
and this woman, she's listening to you talk, and then all of a sudden, like a black cat just kind of leaps up out of nowhere, and it screams at you. In Turkish.
Oh, it's a Turkish cat.
Okay, we're not going to look at that. All right, continuing. I am looking for something about a potential being that would be known for wearing a yellow cloak. That's about as much as I've got.
You see her tap the counter with these long, like way too long fingernails that I've like gotten to that length where they start to curl at the ends.
Ugh. Gross.
And she taps the counter with them and she thinks, I am so sorry. I don't have that book. But I have the book you need. One moment. And she takes a moment and she kind of walks past you into like this one of these stacks of the books where again, like it's just a pile of like seemingly random unsorted books that go right from the floor to well above your head. And she grabs one that's about like 4 from the bottom and she gives it a quick tug and the entire stack just drops. And she blows like a pile of dust off into Myre's face.
Pleasant.
Sorry about that. And she hands you the book. And the book is titled Secrets Underneath Duskfall.
Like kind of like reads that title and just narrows her eyes and just kind of a little nod, just as I can see how I would need this.
Yes, I think it'll be important. And I think the information you will find can be found by following some of the helpful tips within this book. Originally written over 250 years ago.
An oldie.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I'm very, very proud of our selection. I wish you luck, and I think you're gonna need it. Not a threat. I realize that sounds like.
a little threatening, but I think we could all use a little luck.
I think we could all use a little threat.
Like,
Well, I'll use a little
it's
threat.
encouraging, not like ominous.
Yes. If there's nothing else, I will continue to do my work. Thank you.
All right. We keep walking. She didn't say anything about pain. I'm gonna keep walking.
You don't pay in money. No.
Oh,
You'll soon find the payment you must give.
No, we hand wave payments. It's like a minuscule amount of money that they ask
nothing.
for. Yeah. So yeah, you step out of the store. You do take a quick look through, and this book actually has a very detailed map of the area underneath, including that area that you guys have been performing baptisms in, where you fell in the water. And then each of the 8 surrounding rooms. This book was written over about 250 years ago, I believe she said. You notice that a few of the rooms have basically nothing of note in them. Or that like the person who was there at that time has marked them off as either too destroyed or inaccessible to really explore. But he does talk at length about the library. And there's a lot of notes about the library. Is there any questions you have about the library that this book might answer?
¿Dónde está el biblioteca?
Hannah, you fucking beat me to it.
Yeah.
Is that where is the library in Spanish?
Yeah.
Yes.
See.
Yeah, you guys already know where it is. Ask a better question.
But where
You
is
know-
it?
How old is the library?
The library is, you would know that most historical documents written after the cataclysm basically say that it's if it was made before the cataclysm, it's really hard to get an accurate date.
Okay.
But you would know that it's at least probably like 1,000, maybe 1,500 years old, maybe even older than that. Noting 1,000 years ago is, give or take, when the world ended, descended into darkness, ghosts. You would also know that a lot of Duskfall is built upon the ruins of the civilization that existed here before then.
Okay.
One other bit of information. You would also know, based on reading this, that that they didn't worship deities specifically at that time. However, they did worship like certain elements, and that the library was built in communion with the concept of the sun and the moon. And the idea of like learning is one way to transgress from darkness into light is kind of the core.
I love it. You go the elements, and then you're like the element of sun and moon.
Oh, okay. not like okay, like it's not Avatar: The Last Airbender. There's like like the forces
Dark and
of
light
nature.
are elements. That's
Sure.
that's like fantasy element, like magic.
Yeah. But yeah, there seems to be a lot of information here based on his findings, is that like this seems to be kind of made or built in honor of these concepts, and that the metaphor seems to be that when you enter the library, you are at night and you are like representing the moon, and then you become enlightened and you turn to day when you leave.
Okay.
Yeah. What do you do with all this wonderful information?
I think I want to go back to the library.
And so you do. You actually are already in Silkshore, so you actually know the back entrance. The way that you exited the first time you managed to escape. You make your way kind of towards the south of Silk Shores, and you find your way kind of behind this like abandoned like tavern. That's and then you follow it down into like these this wide tunnel. And as you walk down it, you are kind of left alone with your thoughts. The only sound is just the dripping of water, the sound of rain at the entrance of the tunnel, and your own footsteps as you go forward. Eventually you return to like the bottom floor of the library. This old dilapidated library, you can still see the piles of ash. Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say like, oh, I forgot they turned to ash. So I thought we were just gonna be stepping around in gross mulch, but that's better.
Ghost mulch.
Yes. Yes, no ghost mulch, no decaying bodies. But
it
you
looks
do
a lot different when you're not really high and tripping, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, would you look at the architecture of this? I never noticed before. It's
Yeah.
not all wibbly wobbly as I thought it was.
And you've been back here a few times, though it takes you a bit of time to find the stairs and you start to make your way up. You're realizing now that you kind of have this this book in front of you, that you're almost able to decipher the old language in ways you weren't before, because they were using a lot of symbols to represent like their version of the Dewey Decimal System.
Mm-hmm.
And so you are able to track down like more specific information. And one thing of note is that there is a section of the library that you are pretty familiar with that does cover forbidden religions. Circa negative 400 before Cataclysm. You know, like there's like this is again like before the Cataclysm, there was like a lot of forbidden religions.
Mm-hmm.
And so yeah, you do see that there's a section. It happens to be where you've been spending some time lately reading books, feeling a bit of kinship on the pre-made bed of whoever the previous resident was. And presumably you go there and tell me if you don't. But as you approach, you can hear the shuffling of feet, and you can even hear like the sound of like a book being tossed into a fire. The crackling of the fire as it burns within the hearth that was beside, like those little shittily made homemade hearth where the previous resident was burning books.
What's burning in my library? God.
What's
And as
energy to read more important books?
Yes. And as you round the corner, on all
Dagger
too
out.
familiar faces there. There's a man and he's reading a book. He's got this like stern, glowering look on his face. Like what he's reading is both disappointing and kind of pissing him off. And as he hears you round the corner, he snaps the book closed and he looks up. The man is a dwarf. Easily in his like late 50s, maybe even early 60s. Wearing he actually is not wearing a cap right now, and you see that he is balding. Kind of like that Friar Tuck, but his hair and his beard is unkempt and gray. He is wearing the clothes of vagrants. Definitely in disarray, someone who does not take much care of their appearance. And he looks up to you. He says, "It took you long enough, Myre. I was almost concerned that you were too dumb to pick up where you were supposed to be next."
Fuck.
Son of a bitch.
What an asshole.
Oh, you shouldn't speak of your grandmother that way.
She had to be if she birthed you.
She was a deplorable bitch, but you never met her. All the same. I think I have something that you're interested in. I've been giving it a read. And, frankly, I'm a little ashamed of you, Myre.
What else is new?
It's true, you have been a disappointment for most of your life. It's like trying to teach a brick how to do calculus. But you were almost there. And of course, you took all my hard work and you threw it into the ocean with your own taste of madness.
Oh, I think we know where I got that one from.
Mm-hmm. This is an interesting read. I don't know why you wanted it so badly.
I don't see how that's your business. You are currently in what I would call the Soul Seekers' territory, and I think you should leave now.
Oh, is that what you think?
Yes.
Hold on one moment. And, Myre, you can resist any consequence
Oh god.
in the game.
Oh, here it comes.
I gotta appreciate the meta comments that come out because it really does help set us up for what's happening next.
Oh boy.
But as he kind of stands up, as if he's gonna like approach you and maybe even like engage in a confrontation with you, all of a sudden you feel from behind, like the very powerful grip just grab your wrists and just hold them behind your back, and it's like as it does so, it kind of twists and forces you to drop that dagger you were holding.
Ah, my dagger.
I just bought it at the Ren Fair.
It's shiny and blue.
It's very sharp.
And as you look over, you see like a woman with a bullet hole through her left temple. Just breathing at you, bearing like her teeth, like she is hungry, as she actually like drools at the side of her mouth.
What the fuck?
Well, Mari's gonna start struggling.
Okay,
yeah,
no
sounds
worries.
like a plan.
If you want to escape, you would have to roll as a resistance roll. But if you're just struggling for narrative effect, that's okay too.
Let's do narrative for now.
Okay, no worries. It's important to give you the choice
Yes.
before I start doing stuff.
I have a lot of free stress, but I want to save it in case it gets really bad. See where
Eckerd
this goes.
sets the book on his cot as he approaches, and he says, "Myre, you never respected the amount of effort I put in to put you in a position where you could succeed and make real change in this world and in this city. You don't understand exactly how many people fell to put you where you were, just so you could spit on their memories. Look at your mother now."
I didn't fucking ask for any of this!
And
You can't hold it against me!
yeah, nobody asked for anything. I didn't ask to be 4'5". I didn't ask to have all of my peers treat me like I was nothing. But watch what's going to happen to this city if you can behave yourself long enough to survive the day. The Leviathan blood is running dry. The barriers will drop. You could have stopped this. If you would just listen to your father. And he slaps you across the face.
Ooh.
She kind of like lingers there for a second. Funny. I think I would have listened to a father if I had one.
Oh, fuck. Oh, that's a good one.
If you were half as clever in your applications to proper study, instead of dicking around and trying to look up gods and spirits and wasting your time, maybe you would have a father who would be proud of you. But for now, we're gonna wait for your friends. I left them a nice little message. They should be coming any moment now.
And you better start praying to one of those gods in those books.
Yes. Fuck yes. Fuck
I see
yes.
how it is. And he goes back to the cot and he picks up the book and he continues to read it while you are kind of held by this vampire, who I don't know if you caught that, but he did imply that vampire is your mom.
Mom, no.
So you've never met before.
Meatloaf.
Ma'am, no. And we go back.
That's the one from the first session.
Yes,
or
that's
like
the one that
from earlier.
Albatross killed.
Oh,
Yeah.
no, it's the same one?
I was like, wait a minute. When you talked about the hole, like
Yeah, I
that's
was like, oh, it's the same one. It's like,
that's our hole.
where's Mama?
I don't know if Albatross could put another bullet in her.
Oh, no. I did not see that coming.
I didn't either.
I did.
Neither did she. Oh, you did? Yeah. Yeah. Good for you.
Yeah.
Does that mean I shot your mom?
Yes.
Yeah. You shot
That's
her mom.
exactly what it means.
Sorry, I'll bring you a birthday cake that says sorry I shot your mom.
This is what happens when you fail the perception check.
Happy birthday to me, guys.
This is the fourth one of these cakes I've had to make this week. What's going on out there?
Myre, are you going to put a call out into the water to warn your compatriots about this?
Yes.
Okay. We'll come back to that. I just wanted to remind you could.
Okay.
Drillbit, you found a ransom note towards the end of last session. You brought it to
Yes.
Marv, I believe?
It was
Marv and
the
Ludes.
group. The group was there. Marv and Ludes there was a lot of back and forth with them. It was very productive, as I remember.
Sounds right.
Yeah. He asked for a ludicrous amount of money. In total, he asked for 10 coin in exchange for Myre's safety.
That's not worth it. No. It's a lot of money.
Everybody's
That's
so
a-
fucking brutal tonight.
That's a lot of money. That changes how you retire.
Yeah, that's true. You could buy a house with that. To put it in perspective, you probably could buy property in Dustfall.
Wouldn't that be a fun podcast?
It's the real estate market in a fictional place.
The
Property
property
Dust
brothers
Bowl.
with the property brothers with Albatross and
Yeah.
Poverty Brothers.
the
I think that I kind of want to pick up Drillbit, Marv, and Lutz are in a room talking. Albatross is currently with Lechusa. I don't know if you want either of those characters to step into the scene, and if so, just kind of briefly explain how they do.
Yeah. Like, to you, like, is Albatross, like, just out of this? Or, like, you know, is it one of those, like, I think they should both come on, and then we kind of get, like, that, like, we at least get some transition, right?
Oh, Dio,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
have a pitch, and you don't have to do it, but it would make sense because Albatross's home was just, like, exploded.
Yeah.
Albatross doesn't have a home now. And he may
Uh-oh.
return to the library because he knows that there's at least a place for him to sleep. With Lechusa probably in tow. Or vice versa. Also affords some level of safety.
Actually, Albatross will look to Lechusa and say, "Shit, like we weren't already in enough trouble as it is." There, you need to settle down. What do you know about the person that's holding Myre? Shot it 3 times. It shouldn't be alive.
Wait.
What?
This is taking place before that scene with Myre.
Shit! Fuck everything! Fuck everything! Fuck!
Yeah.
Okay. Like, it
Yeah,
would have been
no,
cool
we're-
as
we're-
shit for him to
sorry.
just be like, well, look at that shit happening right there. If they're going to the library, he's gonna look at that shit and be like, okay. But like,
No, sorry. When I was talking to you about the library, I'm talking about like the library at the
Oh, the
your
university.
school.
First the
University
university.
library.
Yeah.
Yeah, the upstairs library, not the downstairs one. Yeah, like that would be a place that Albatross could go, that he'd be welcome and relatively safe. That was like kind of my being like, you might want to step in to this scene. Have a character
Joke's
present.
on you. It was a one of them cried. One of those weeping ladies being holding. I can't spin this. Fuck. I was trying to figure out a way to make it funny, but
It was a flash
Okay.
forward.
yes. It's just a weeping lady fighting with one of the dockers.
Fair enough. But yeah, I guess like Dio, I'm just gonna ask you: do Albatross and Lechusa, are they there when this conversation happens about the ransom note?
I mean, it's gonna start kind of. Do we don't receive the message just yet, do we?
Yeah, we can start it, and you could say like you guys jump in, right? Like we can totally do something.
Yeah,
like
you
that.
can jump in whenever. I want to let you know, like, if you want to have a character in this upcoming potential score, you may want to have one of them be there at some point.
So okay. What I was thinking about Albatross and Lechusa doing is essentially this: given that there's no longer a home to go to, and Lechusa could kind of already see what's going on to his brother. Safety is kind of the priority for Albatross. He does not want him to. So we're entering the library, and they have the ransom note. Did we receive the message through the waters? You said.
Well,
Not
like
yet.
you could be
Not
entering in the library as like to be honest, there is like a round table going on right now, right? We have this ransom note and it's talking, and so I'm happy to kind of kick off the drill bit chat if you want to, enter scene left.
Yes,
Okay, for sure.
we will do that. Yeah. So
yes.
drill bit.
So-
Go ahead.
Yeah, so throwing the ransom note down and sharing it, letting the group pass it around. We're going to be talking about how we end up saving our crewmates. When I've had this type of problem in the past, there's nothing quite like a fake bag of money and a trick or two, though I do not know of one off the top of my head.
Hey, you tell me you don't know about fake bags of money, or were you telling me you don't know tricks? I don't know what you're talking about. I mean, I can. I don't know. Hey, you got anything up there?
The bag is no problem. We can deal with the bag, but it is more the trick.
I know a couple of tricks. I got this good one. I can make. Watch that. Hey, little guy, watch that. I make this robot disappear. It was a great trick. Yeah, right. Let's see how are you gonna do that? How are you gonna make the robot disappear? I don't believe you can do that. Oh, look at the robot. Focus on the robot's nose. Oh, watch. Make him disappear. Here we go. Then Marv punches Ludes in the back of the head. Knocks him the fuck out. I made him disappear. You can't see him anymore.
She almost laughs from wherever she is in the library seeing that.
Hey, get up. Get up. Get up. Get up, Logan.
Are they
Get
always
up,
like
little
this? They're not always like this, but
I hit him pretty hard. Sorry. Oh boy.
Ever as helpful, Marv. Very appreciated.
Yeah, I appreciate you too.
Gilbert, what the hell is going on here? And why is... You know what, I'm not even gonna ask questions.
That's good. We need less questions and more ideas. There's
I need a
we
bed.
well, we have
And
beds.
you see Albatross is like not doing so hot.
You got beds. There's beds there's a bunch of them. What do you need more?
He just needs one bed, sir.
Who the hell is this guy? You know this guy? Oh, hey, I remember you. We found him.
Yeah, I did. Thank you for all of your assistance.
Thank you.
And I assume there's a cot in the area, so he's going to put Albatross down. You need to rest now.
Marvel, help him. Get him down there, real gentle.
Real gentle.
And as they're passing by, Albatross will glance at the note. Is it like super like it being on the table? Is it like super legible?
It would be legible for Albatross, I'm sure.
Yeah, we can say yes.
I don't know. I can't read it.
It's made out of newspaper clippings from like different headlines and stuff like that.
Wait, shit! They took Myre.
Who's it?
Yes, it's an unfortunate situation.
Oh yeah, the little one with the weird hair. Yeah.
You're not looking so good, Albatross. Will you be joining? Myre is in trouble.
Brother, I have to go. We have to be able to recover her. She's necessary for... Brother, you need to sit down. Your affliction is starting to take over. If we're going to be doing this, we're going to be doing this right. Once you turn, we need to make sure the ritual is done.
What? You talking about doing magic?
Yes, but look, besides the Albatross,
I can't wait.
You have to make sure you rest. We will be done with this. I have to make sure the ritual is complete, or else you fucking die. What do we need to do? What are you all capable of? Marv, you look like you could punch a hole through a man.
I can punch a ghost. Or a man. Or, you know what? I punch a man, and if he dies, I can punch his ghost.
I mean, that's pretty effective. All right, that's good. That's good.
That's pretty cool. I figured it out. You gotta move real slow.
And, I'm going to assume the sleepy one is indisposed. What can he do? Maybe we could use him when we wake him up?
I don't know what just happened, but I can, hold on.
He climbs up onto the table. He knocks a bunch of shit over.
Yeah, I got away with, I can get into things, I can get out of things, I can get other people in, I can get people out, whatever. I can do that, and, I can do this, and he goes,
and he disappears.
Like actually disappears?
Yeah, he's gone. And then he comes back. He's like,
oh, so is it like a blink? Like, is it like a he like slowly dissipates and disappears, and then when he coughs, he just reappears out of?
well, basically, yeah. He does the thing where he exhales, and then he fades out, and then he's just gone. And then he was done and coughed.
Oh, that's pretty useful.
The juice is a whisper, right?
He is.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah, he's a whisper.
Yes.
Lachusa, you would know that you could not without a special tool and not without years of training, also do something similar. There's an object known as a ghost key that allows you to move into the ghost field. And you are realizing that he is basically riding the brink of death in order to be on the ghost field as opposed to on the material plane.
Shit. So Lachusa would start looking at, would start getting close to Ludes, super uncomfortably close. It's how did you do that? How?
you gotta, it's really important. You slow down your heartbeat. Real slow.
He'll put his ear to your chest.
It's scratchy. But And his heartbeat is like, dude, like you can tell there's something fucking wrong in there. It's not the right, like there's like something's wrong in there. Does not sound healthy. But so yeah, you slow down your heart real slow. You breathe out all the air that you got, and you keep it out of there. And then you just kind of disappear for a little bit. If I try really hard, if I push like this, as much as I can before I do it, I can float in the air. But it gives me a bad headache. Oh, I mean, also getting punched in the head.
that didn't help.
Yeah.
Being in contact with Ludes, what would that entail? Would I go with him?
What are you asking me?
Like, what he's trying to mess around with here is if Ludes is capable of entering the realm without the key, and if somebody else can enter with him.
You would know
I
that.
don't know. It doesn't really work like that. I can't bring you with. I can go. I can go anytime. But it's. I mean, I might be able to bring somebody from over here, but I can't really bring somebody from here over there. It's kind of like a one-way kind of thing for other people. I mean, I can. I could send somebody that way if I had a knife, but that's like a one-way trip. And I'm not really into that. That's not really my
beat
thing.
me to
But,
that
hypothetically,
I mean, that's not very convenient.
No, and I don't like it. I don't like doing that kind of stuff. I don't do that. I don't do it.
No.
There's enough of that, going around. I don't need to add to that.
I hate to interrupt, but we are wasting precious dusk light.
Oh yeah.
Because it does sound like your
yeah.
friend got kidnapped, and you're all just kind of standing there around punching each other, which is hilarious. Do it again. That'd be super funny.
I would like to propose.
We gotta
that
talk
we-
about the ghost thing later. We got time.
Brother, you have a
Come
drink.
back.
Time in the world.
I would like to propose that we take a deceptive approach to this endeavor.
Yes. I think that you guys will be en route when you get more information from Myre. I think that the timing of it, because Eckert didn't really kidnap Myre. He put a ransom note and went and took a book. Like that was kind of like he did two things and waited for everyone to just show up. That was his plan.
Diabolical.
But at this point,
Yeah.
we're just all arguing about trying to get money. If we're gonna be, going over there, do we bring the money or do we not?
Can we
Albatross is-
smash cut to in front of the library?
Yes, we are going to do that. That is what
Everybody's in silly costumes.
everybody.
Everybody.
everybody. No,
Everybody.
No,
What
Albatross
we
will stay
should-
behind.
He's still in a silly costume. I don't care.
In his car.
Dressed him up.
It's
Yeah.
the fake carnival trick, right? That's what we're doing this time.
Why did I agree to this?
He's got a fake beard. Albatross has got a fake beard on, and he's dressed up like a lady.
nice.
It's the old double disguise. You disguise yourself as one person, disguise as another person, and then they can't tell who's the real person.
Love it.
Works every time.
Let's go to planning and engagement, guys. I think I did show that to y'all.
Yeah.
Had a lovely moment of role play. You guys eventually do come up with the plan, but we, as players, are going to talk about what that plan is in the vaguest possible terms. What do you guys think your approach is going to be? I know Drillbit or Ethan in character was talking about maybe taking a deceptive approach. What was your kind of pitch for that? Like what would be your method of deception?
I don't know. I hadn't actually really thought about it too much, except for looking through the rest and going, well, we never really do assault, and like it's not really transport, so it's like, well, I guess deception, lure, trick, manipulate, of like, I don't know, but somehow we're gonna end up with Myre back in tow, and probably fighting our way back into a door or running away or something is kind of my plan.
Yeah, we don't really know what the situation is in there. I think we could try to trick the kidnapper or distract them. And while that's happening, liberate Myre.
And one thing that's nice about this is a game about metagaming, which means that the information that you all as players know about Myre's situation can be a part of this conversation.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah,
I think that
that doesn't change what you said. I just wanted to be clear.
Well, then we get the message from Myre
Mm-hmm.
along the way. And what is the message?
Please
Just
bring
to put
Taco
you on
Bell.
the spot.
the gun. Oh, please get my gun.
A gun. I don't get it. All right, so sure, yeah, we'll bring the gun.
Albatross would be like, Marv, please bring the gun.
I gotta do it.
No, I mean yes, but also she would
Yeah.
she would tell people what briefly, but say hey, here's all the people who are here. There's a vampire, and this is where I am within the library.
Is she serious? Is there vampires? Is it real?
Ludes, you've definitely seen a
You've
vampire
seen her.
before.
Ludes, one of them
It was a
tried to...
vampire? I thought that was just a pale lady.
Wait. Damn it. Wait. He's not here. If he heard the message, he can't reprimand him for this.
That was a vampire. That was a vampire. Oh boy. Marv, hey, I fought a vampire one time.
I'll fight a vampire. A bunch of vampire and then punch its ghost. That's a thing I can do. I'll show you. Watch. I'm gonna punch. Nah, you know what? I'll wait. I'll surprise you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're gonna surprise everybody. It's gonna be great. We're gonna get in there, you're gonna surprise them. You surprise them by punching them. I'm gonna surprise them by sneaking around the other side. We're gonna get Myre out of there. I don't know how well you know her, but she's she's a smart one. You know, I feel like if we just get her stuff, she get out of whatever she's in.
I propose that the plan is we take Marv and Lechuza, and we have you present them with the fake money. Be sure to not actually give it to him, otherwise it would go quite poorly. That's what happened last time. Don't do that.
Wait, why aren't you giving me the money?
Oh, we're giving you the fake money. There is no real money, Marv. Do not think too hardly on it.
Okay. Alright. So I get the fake money?
Yes, and then
Okay.
you act like you're going to give it, but then do not give it the money. Pretend like you're going to give the money, but then do not give the money.
I don't get it.
Exactly.
You know what? I think I get it. I think I got it. I got it.
And then I'm thinking Ludes and I sneak around the sides and get Myre out of whatever bind she is in.
Okay, so that sounds like deception or stealth of some kind. I think, yeah,
I
it
think
is.
it's more deception than stealth
Yeah.
because there's that distraction element.
I'd
yeah, I
throw in that a screeching ghost is an excellent distraction.
You know, I used to perform some music with a band called Screeching Ghost. It's pretty good.
Cultural appropriation.
And she's gone. Mic drop later.
Nice.
So that's Shiova also playing distraction.
Yeah, that could because if you guys just oh, we're not going to give you money, they'd be like, what the fuck? But if something interrupts you guys,
Exactly. Yeah,
Oh,
so
wait, so there's a
half the
ghost
group
that's
needs to
gonna-
figure out how to distract.
Okay.
Okay.
So we got the style. We're going for a deceptive thing, and we are the method of deception is the fake handoff /ghost attack. We go to item loadouts. Myre, I'm going to say that you would have what you thought you would carry minus a dagger. So you
Dagger.
So whatever you thought you would have walked from a bookstore to this library that you didn't know would be populated.
Light.
-1.
Okay.
Doesn't mean you don't have a second dagger, maybe.
I got all the daggers, baby.
And you're like, and just throw in like 7 books just because you're at this library and there are some really good bangers just laying around. So you gotta take those.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So we can go kind of to the engagement roll, and then we can smash cut to the front of the library, wearing silly costumes. Is the operation particularly bold or daring?
I don't think so.
Yeah, I would say that,
Oh, good.
like, versus some of the other stuff you guys have done,
It's a little tame.
this is kind of the way to do it. Like, there's only one way to fake give someone money. Is it overly complex or contingent on many factors? I'm going to say no. I think it's relatively straightforward. Make a plan, distract, find Myre, and hopefully escape. Does the plan's detail expose the vulnerability of the target or hit them where they're weakest?
I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think so either. I think you guys are walking into a trap, which is part of the problem.
Yeah. Yeah.
For you guys. Is the target strongest against this approach, or do they have particular defenses or special preparations? And yes, they do.
Uh-oh.
So we're at 0 die.
Uh-oh.
Can any of your friends or contacts provide aid or insight for this operation?
Myre would let them know where they are and like whatever information.
Yeah, I'm gonna give you a +1d, either for that or for the any other elements, which is that you have someone on the inside who can speak with you telepathically.
It's
so you're-
it's a little bit of a boon.
Yeah. So we'll
I've
we're
really
back up to 1.
appreciated having the waters. I think that is probably one of the best upgrades we've gotten and used.
Oh yeah.
Are there any enemies or rivals interfering with the operation? Yeah.
Yes. Oh
Yes.
no! Don't tell me
Wait,
yet. I
Ecker.
want to find out when we get there. Well, no, but he is the operation. He's not interfering with it. He is it.
Mm.
It would be like a third party.
Yeah, it's like I was
Yeah.
wondering if this
Okay.
is like, like during the heist we had like the other group come in for the heist or like the train heist. I say the heist.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
oh, the heist.
Yeah.
The heist. Yeah. That one.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I don't think anyone is like I don't think he's got a lot of people involved in it other than this. I will give you, however, a -1d for other elements, which is that there is something at play here. No, actually, I've already taken that one off. So you are at 1 die.
One die.
die.
All right.
Yeah.
Myre, you are the one in distress. I think
Oh.
you should take that roll.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was about
Great.
to roll it, and then I'm like, I don't want to get blamed for a 1 die roll.
You always want me to get blamed for a 1 die roll. Happy birthday. It's my birthday. Give me a 6, please. So just engagement 1d. I don't have to put anything else. Okay.
That's all it is.
Yeah.
Ah.
3.
Oh, boo.
Start in a desperate position. Lutz, Albatross. I think Lutz is the only one that's actually going on the trip that has been there before.
Oh,
No, Albatross
Albatross
isn't going.
isn't.
yeah.
And yeah, it's just Ludes.
Yeah.
Oh,
So, Ludes,
that puts us in the spot.
Are you are you going to be entering from that entrance right from the waterways then?
Okay, so it's Ludes, Marv, and Lachush.
Medusa.
And
Medusa.
Drobit. and Shiova.
Okay, and Shiova.
And Shiova. Okay, so
Shiova
it's
isn't going
everybody
directly
else.
with you. She's
Okay.
kind of lingering, hiding.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, you're not
It's in the
bringing
back
girl?
line.
No.
Oh, you're leaving the shell. Okay. What's her name? Is it
You
Miss
never-
Shell?
You've never asked.
That would have been great, but no one's ever asked.
Okay. Well, then it still could be. All right, fine. So you're leaving Shelly behind. Ooh, interesting. So you're like intangible, invisible, following along on the other plane, on the other side. Is that how that works?
I think. Can,
You let me see. You may weakly interact with the physical world. You are not invisible.
yeah, I didn't think so.
Oh, so you're totally visible.
I
Totally
guess
visible,
she'd be
but
like a
I'm-
light or something, right? Like that kind of thing.
Yeah, I would say she's difficult to see. She emits a fear aura when she's not
Oh.
inside of a body, which is
Oh.
something I haven't been super mean to you guys about. But technically, every time Shiova interacts with you directly, you're all supposed to roll resistance rolls.
Oh, jeez. Yikes. Okay. Oh
Um,
boy.
But yeah, but so Shiova is presumably not very close to you, but ghosts are naturally pretty stealthy.
That makes sense. I've never seen one, so I would believe they're good at hiding.
And Lechusa can't keep his eyes off of whatever amalgamation is coming out. It's like, I've never seen one like this before.
Yes, she's got those weird double ball.
Double joints.
Yeah,
What was the kind of doll called?
Doll Chateau is the company.
nice.
They make the weird looking dolls.
Yeah, double ball jointed dolls, I think is what they were called.
Double. That sounds silly.
Double jointed,
Alright.
ball jointed.
Double
Ah,
jointed.
ball jointed dolls. Which
Spider,
Shiova looks
spider
like.
women.
Yes. Okay, so you lead them like kind of to where that baptism site is.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. I was trying to do things. I got distracted by trying to Google some dolls. So yeah, I think down to our vice den situation, and
You know of two
Go-
entrances as Ludes. Like, so you would know that there's the back entrance.
yeah, there's like
through
the
six towers.
the upper, and then the lower.
Mhm.
Yeah. The upper is where our vice den is, or did we set it
Yes.
up in the bottom? It's okay. So
Yes.
I would go through the upper one first. So once we get to that area, I'd be like, "Hey, look, we got the this is kind of like the front door, or maybe the back door. I don't know how it's the door. But if we dunk you in this water, you breathe it in, it's gonna get a little weird. I mean, it sounds. Trust me. I know it sounds weird, but it's gonna get weird. But then afterwards, you'll be able to hear my thoughts inside of your head. You guys want to do that before we go?
Lechusa jumps in without question.
Whoa! All right, he's good.
That sounds dope.
Lechusa, as you breach into the water, you see that same kind of chapel experience, except that through the windows you can see that the sun has started to burn and raise forests, and that the spirits that are here are what are they doing? They are stabbing each other with daggers and
For fun.
consuming their each other's flesh.
Lovely.
So the ghosts are stabbing each other and consuming each other's flesh.
Must be
Yes.
The,
Tuesday.
the sun is burning forests. But do I feel
Yeah.
its warmth?
Here you don't feel its warmth. It's one of those things where, like, when you enter this way, I don't think you actually feel the things. It's all like kind of like a memory.
Hmm.
And as you spend your time down here, witnessing this scene of fire and violence, you realize, like, almost immediately, perhaps because it's not so alluring for you, that you are drowning as you feel yourself inhale the waters.
Yeah, I'm gonna start getting out. Like, no, that's not normal. They told me it was to be weird, but not like this.
Yeah, Marv like yanks him out. It's like, hey there, but you fell in. I don't know if you were trying. It looked like you did on purpose.
I did.
Hold on, you got water in you. I gotta help you get that out. He starts to like lean in, like he's gonna put his mouth on your mouth.
Please no. I'm good.
All right. I'm glad you're good. He gives you a big, hearty pat on the back. So how about Tin Man? Does it work on robots? I don't know.
Oddly enough, it does not work on spirits.
Thank you, voice in the cloud.
Yeah. No worries.
Yeah.
Wait. I don't know. Sorry, I've been role playing like I've had the spirit's power as part of Drobit though. Do the whispers? Yeah. Do the whispers not have that?
Whispers do. Whisper is a class.
Echoes. Yeah.
So no, spirits can't drown, and so they cannot breathe in the waters.
Okay.
So in theory, they wouldn't. That being said, I don't know. Do you think it's more narratively interesting for Drobit to have it? Because I could say that if you were willing to step out of your shell and spend time down there, we could figure it out.
No, that's fine. I'm actually happy to go and like I like when we throw restrictions on things. It makes it more interesting in other ways.
That's what I was thinking. It's just like, narratively we have established you have to drown in the waters a little bit. And ghosts and robots don't drown. Plus, if you went down there, you probably wouldn't come back up. Because you're a
helps
robot.
to not be buoyant.
Yeah. It hurts in this case, but yes. So Ludes, you when you first went down here, you had actually discovered that you can use your fancy golden lockpick, kind of almost like a door switch, on these doors, and so you go to open it.
Oh yeah.
You step inside there, Ludes, like just as you step through the door. Or actually, who's leading the charge?
So, here's the deal, all right? This is the way we're gonna get in here. I can open up this door, but we gotta go in, and I think, maybe, Marv, you go in there with the bag, and, you keep them distracted, and we go in and do our thing. How's it sound?
I think I'd do that. I got the bag, I'm already halfway there, right?
So,
when are you gonna do this magic trick?
So Marv steps through. Does anyone kind of walk with Marv? It's important.
Oh boy, rocks fall.
Lachusa, are you up there with him?
If he's walking that direction, he'll. The fact that he said magic trick, Lachusa will think, is he talking to me? And will follow behind.
Okay. So yeah, the two of you are walking through. The rest of you presumably stay behind.
Hey Marv, why is nobody else following us? He was not paying attention to that conversation at all. Like their whole plan.
Oh, we're following. Which I think we're just kind of. There's groups. It's like so you are.
Yeah, I think
going in.
Yeah, I think the rest are lagging behind a little bit so that they are not noticed as part of the same thing.
Yeah. And Sheila, are you in position to watch everything happen? I just want to get. I want to know who is watching Marv and Lachusa.
So I think since it says you can go through solid.
Yep, you can walk through walls.
Yeah, I think she would have tried to go up and away, kind of like peek in from the top a little. Just
okay. So you're watching from the ceiling, and as you do, they kind of hit that first set of stairs. Myre has informed them that she's on the third floor, and you guys started on the 7th. So you gotta go down 4 sets of stairs. As you go to step on the stairs there, I presume it would be Marv who does it. You hit a tripwire.
Oh, what the hell is this? Is it? I'm sorry. Is it the kind that makes you trip, or the kind that you step on and it trips something?
It trips something. So you hit this this
so
small
Marv
cable.
doesn't fall down. Okay.
Yeah. And your foot kind of snaps, and you can hear like a clang, and you look behind you, and someone has rigged a chandelier to act like a pendulum, and attached several blades to it as it kind of spins and comes towards Lechusa and Marv.
Is there lighting on the chandelier?
Yeah. There's some.
I thought
candles
this was going to be the blades in the dark. I thought this was going to be it. All right, never mind.
No,
I got excited. I was like, that's the title. All right, but
no,
yeah,
you're
right.
the blades in the dark.
We've been the blades in the dark all along. I love it.
She's had the daggers the whole time.
Yeah. But yes, I'm gonna get
inside of you to begin with.
I'm gonna get some action rolls from either one or both of you, as this is about to come crashing down. It's going to be desperate, but depending on what you do, that will set its effect.
Okay. I will. Marv will act. Marv is going to use his cool guy ability. It says you can push yourself to do one of the following: perform a feat of physical force that verges on the superhuman. I'm not going to read the rest of it. That's the one.
Okay.
So I'm going to push it. I'm going to push it real good, and I am going to wreck this chandelier thing. Basically, he's going to catch it, fucking like, and then pull that fucker down.
Get it.
Here we go.
Okay. Because you pushed yourself, it is going to be desperate for standard effect because you have that ability and because you pushed yourself.
Okay.
And
go ahead. Tell me how you're going to help.
So I wanted to assist kind of in a similar manner. Just to kind of get, because I'm trying to really grasp the ritual. He starts with one ritual already learned, right? One ability that he could recast at any time as long as he has components, right?
No. So you're using ritual in two different varieties. So you have a special ability that means that you already know you have like the incantation needed and like an ingredients list needed for a ritual that you have not performed yet. That's a long-term project that normal or like a downtime action that you have to do. It's kind of like crafting. You have to do that step before you can do this.
Like preparing spells for okay.
Now
you could use
also
an item for kind of what you're trying to talk about, though, right? Like you could,
you
could pop in and go demolition tools or something, right, and pull out.
Now you've established that you have some amount of spirits that are kind of on your person or whatever. So if you want to use a tune to summon a spirit, like that's totally reasonable. Like that's not a ritual necessarily. It's something that anyone could do.
And I also have compel, so I can attune to the ghost field, force a nearby ghost to appear and obey. And since I don't really have to force too many,
yeah, I figured that when you describe the spirits being within you, that's why I said compel's a good one, because normally, even as a whisper, if you attune to summon a spirit, that spirit may turn around and attack you. But because you have compel, the spirits you summon will not disobey your orders. And so you don't have to make extra rolls, and it makes it a little bit safer for you to summon spirits.
Okay.
That's
what he's going to do, he's going to put his hands to his chest, and he's going to summon two ghosts to come out and try to slow down the movement of the chandelier so it could be easier for Marv to catch.
Nice.
Fair. Yeah. So go ahead and take I think it's 2 stress to assist.
Here we go. 4.
So a serious complication occurs. No harm.
That's in a desperate situation.
Yeah, because I was desperate. Yeah. Make sure that you mark XP.
I just did, maybe.
There, Marv. Okay. So as this chandelier, which has been rigged up to kind of act as like a pendulum trap, comes down, you do successfully manage to like stop it in its and then you look up and there's like two spirits there that dissipate just as you rip it off of the wall, off the ceiling, and toss it aside. You see that the viewers apparently received at least some help from Lechusa. However, Shiova can see from where you are that there seems to be not just one trap, but like a series of traps. And so, from where Shiova can see, that it's basically a gauntlet.
Oh boy.
That they're going to have to traverse. And sure enough, as you are standing at the top of the stairs, all of a sudden, like the stairs themselves kind of collapse inwards and become
like a slide? Yes, I love that. Well, I mean, like Marv hates it, but I love it.
Yeah,
I love when it happens.
And Marv and Lechusa, you both begin to slide down, and as you do, you realize that like there is like a giant bout of flame at the bottom of these stairs. That is the serious complication.
Oh boy. Okay, so I need to do a thing. Do I at this point would I make
we're not there.
Oh.
We're not there.
Oh god.
Because
okay. It gets
Drill
worse.
Bit. So Shiova can see this, but Drill Bit, as well as Ludes, are at the top of the stairs, and they actually, presumably, you have not stepped into the library. You may not even be aware this is happening.
Yeah. I feel like thered be a lot of noise.
There would be a lot of noise. Yeah, I guess like I'm imagining like there was a bit of a distance like between you guys like stepping in. What were you guys doing while they were kind of walking towards this first set of stairs?
It's like, did you hear that? It sounded like a chandelier falling, as in a overgrown man catching into his hands.
I don't know what you're talking about. I think it kind of sounded like a giant pendulum trap being torn out of the ceiling by a muscly dude. What the hell's a chandelier?
Perhaps I'm just hearing things. Let's keep up with the group.
I think you mean a brazier. Chandelier. What the hell does it even mean? Fancy.
Fair enough. So you two are talking about what noise this possibly is, and you're presumably moving towards it, maybe even ready to assist in this upcoming scene. That's where I wanted to position you guys, and then I want to cut to Myre really quick.
Okay.
Myre, as the door opens and you can kind of hear like the faint sound of like this it sounds like something flying on the ceiling and a man grunting and presumably Marvin Lechusa are presumably making some amount of noise as they slide down. Eckerd stands up and beckons the vampire to carry you as you guys move down further. You guys move towards the stairs and you kind of at a very casual pace begin to move down to the second floor. And that is all happening at the same time. I just wanted to establish where everyone is so that anyone who may want to act, because Myre can't act, may do so. But we cut back to Marv and Lechusa as you guys are sliding down these stairs. There is like a giant bout of flame. I don't know if Marv would recognize it necessarily, but it appears
that... You've seen it.
Yeah. I've seen fire. Someone has set up like a pretty clever contraption at the bottom of these stairs. It looks like Lechusa.
Lechusa is having a grand old time.
I was going to say Marv is having a blast going down the slide. Oh, that doesn't look good down there.
Not at all. Not at all. Not at all. Not at all. Maybe we should set it off before we land down there.
We have a lot of time. This is a long conversation. This is not a big flight of stairs.
As he says that, he's going to use another ghost to try to get into the mechanism and start ripping everything apart.
Okay.
Marv's going to try to slow their descent.
Okay. So why don't you assist there, Marv, unless you want to hold off and maybe do that as like a protect action or something.
If I do a protect thing, does that F with my stress?
It can. It's a resistance roll that you would take.
Oh, it's a resistance roll? Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
But you only
use armor for it?
You can use armor to reduce incoming harm.
Gotcha. Okay. We'll see.
I mean, that is what's going next. So I am going to keep this at desperate. And you want to attune to have a spirit dismantle this device. That's fine. I'm going to say that it's for limited effect because the spirit that you summon are not aware of how this technology works and may be pulling at the wrong things. You can push yourself for greater effect.
I did.
Oh, baby.
Did you push yourself for greater effect?
Yes.
Okay, so then it would be standard effect.
No, I did it for 1 extra die, sorry.
Okay. Okay, so different extra dice. So you got the success, which is good. It is for limited effect, and so Lechusa, because you're a little bit later, maybe because you were closer to the stairs when you started to drop, you actually roll into this fire, and your cloak catches on fire. You would take a level 1 harm, called Singed, we'll call it.
And I could resist it, right?
Yep, you can resist, or you can pop armor if you want. We never did talk about loadout for everyone except for Myre. But
light for Ludes and fatty boom batty on Marv.
There we go.
Normal for Drillbit, yeah.
Yeah, fair enough.
It would be heavy for Lechusa just because he doesn't know what the hell he's getting himself into.
That's fair. Yeah.
So I would definitely pop armor. He would just kind of toss his cloak.
Yeah. You toss the cloak, limiting protection going forward, but you do not take any damage. Marv, you do manage to the by the time he goes through, it's already out, and so you kind of almost stumble as you get off the steps, but you seem to be okay at this point in time.
His back is screeching as he goes down the slide. Like like the skin on the metal slide, that kind of screech.
Yeah.
Good job. I hope there's nothing else like that down here. That was it was kind of fun, but it was kind of scary.
Lechusa nods with a big smile on his face, like if he's trying to comfort you, but he knows there's more. He's like,
yeah. And sure enough, from where you are, Shiova, you can actually probably see at least a couple more of these traps. If you want to roll to see if you can see or even assist them helping navigate these traps, you can. Because of your position, I would say that you could do that.
Okay. Sure. Looking at what pip she's got.
Not very insightful, this ghost.
No. Can I do either hunt because she's hunting down the traps, or command because she's properly leading them?
Yeah, let's do a command. Let's see if you can get them to listen, or maybe let's see if you can yell loud enough to warn them in time.
Can I assist by putting on my fine spirit mask? Be able to communicate properly.
Sure. I think you can assist because some of these might be spirit-based traps or electroplasmic-based traps at the very least.
Okay.
So yeah, go ahead and roll. You can give yourself +1 die. It's going to be controlled for you, Myre. It's going to be controlled for standard effect.
Yeah. Hey.
Yes.
Success.
Nice. That was almost terrible.
That was
almost
terrible.
that's 2 double ones.
Me guys.
161. The mark of the beast. But yes, Shiova, or Marvin, and Lechusa. As you're walking forward, you just hear Shiova yell out, like, "Don't step there." Go ahead.
I don't think because she's trying not to give away position. She doesn't want the people that they're trying to.
Okay.
Because she's supposed to be a surprise for later, mystery Mousecatool for later. So
That's
like,
fair.
it's like kind of like
Lechusa would look
weird,
up.
like
Lechusa would look up at the ceiling and notice Shiova and be like, he would actually be like,
yeah, doing like shark dip with her eye and be like pointing there, doing little.
Okay.
and
So
he would
yeah,
point, like,
the two of you
Terry.
kind of are realizing that you guys can communicate, that she can see things that you maybe can't, and so
and
you
as
do
Marv is about to step on it, he'd be like, oh,
sure enough, you see like an IED landmine, like kind of like a bottle cap mine from like Fallout, that Marv was just about to step on. You see actually several of those between you guys and the next set of stairs. But because of Shiova's excellent communication skills and Lechusa's attentiveness, you do manage to navigate this. And guys get.
Are they removable?
It would be risky. It would be risky for sure.
Pass.
About
That
it
way,
later.
Pass.
Do it later. Come back for them.
Mid operation, like, ooh, what's that?
Ooh, shiny.
I mean, you can always flashback if you feel like you need it later.
I mean, it could always be useful in this current situation. Who knows if he
That's
needs some
fair.
kind of explosive? But yeah,
Yeah,
definitely.
who
Since he
knows?
doesn't know the contraption, he's definitely not messing with it.
Speaking of never knowing when you need explosives, we should probably go on break before Adam straight up doesn't have a bladder anymore.
I thought you were going to transition over to Myre with that one.
And
That
then
felt
never
like a
started
really
lasting.
good Myre setup. Like,
No. But yeah, we
Can't have a good setup. Jeez. Gotta be
I
non
drank-
sequitur as AF.
very
I
awkward.
drank the whole thing. I drank all the beer.
fair enough. Well, ladies and gentlemen at home, drink yourselves some RC Cola. Check out our YouTube, all that fun stuff. We will be back in just a moment. Enjoy this advertisement break. We'll see you soon. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're back. We're in the middle of a score here to rescue poor, defenseless Myre. Probably not
Which
so
I don't think I've ever
defenseless.
seen one of those.
Yeah.
I've never seen one of them either. She's a scary lady, that Myre Skelkalon. Very quickly before we get back into the thick of it, I did just want to thank everyone for listening. If you want to sign up for the Discord, we are always happy to have more people there. I've been sharing some hip hop stuff lately and having some
Sure.
conversations with people. I've been on a bit of a 90s hip hop kick. Listening to R.A. the Rugged Man and Killer Mike. So that's been fun.
I've seen.
Where did that
I actually saw Run the Jewel live some years ago.
Who, R.A.? Or
Yeah.
Killer Mike? Yeah.
But technically, yeah. They opened up for Rage Against the Machine.
Oh, yeah.
That was
Not fair enough.
seeing Tom Morello play the guitar with his mouth. Something off the bucket list.
If you want to see Tom Morello play now, his band is actually called Prophets of Rage, and it's like half of the guys from Rage Against the Machine and then a bunch of guys from Cypress Hill. And they play both stuff, and it's actually a pretty rad concert. Yeah. So I don't know. That was really that. I don't know why we're talking about that, but we are.
Dude, let's like, do you know the song "When the Grid Goes Down," where it's like Cypress
I
Hill
do.
and Public Enemy? It's a good fucking song.
That's fair. Yeah, you. So are you when you talked about Public Enemy as a song before? Are you talking about the band, or are you talking about the song? And which song are you talking about? Because there's like 5 different songs called Public Enemy, and they're all awesome. It's just a good title to name a song.
I'm unfamiliar with any song called Public Enemy.
Okay, I'll send you like 3 of them tonight.
Are they about the band, Public Enemy?
No, they're
Oh, well,
about
then I
being
don't care.
a Public Enemy. They're about being
I wanna talk about the band, Public Enemy.
Well, too bad, because we're playing Blades in the Dark.
Boom.
As Lechusa and Marv, with the help of Shiova, begin navigating these traps, we kind of cut over to Myre. Myre, you're kind of being carried like over the shoulder of this woman who you realize that while she is drooling, it is partially just because there's like a bullet hole in her cheek and she can't stop herself. But as
She
you
can't plug
kind
it
of-
up with her tongue.
No, she can't. It's too large.
Okay.
Adam. Plus, it's a better visual. But yeah. So, Myre, you're slung over the shoulder of this vampire as you're carried down. Now, they don't have your arms bound or anything like that. Eckert seems pretty confident that you might not be able to out wrestle a vampire, or at least this vampire.
Mm-hmm.
But I want to take a moment, and I want to take a step back and look at what led us to this moment. Is there a moment in Myre's history that she feels like is maybe the catalyst for how she ended up in this position?
Think be when she dropped out of college, because that was like would be the first time she outright blatantly just did not do what he wanted.
Mm-hmm. He was definitely a taskmaster, to put it gently. Yeah, I think it was always easier for Myre to just do as she was told. He did seem to have some kind of plan for you, and maybe it would work out. You have mentioned a few times now that Myre kind of got in trouble in Charter Hall Academy because she's looking at all the Sparkrite technology, and she seems to think she has some sort of plan that would involve the use of spirits, something that was forbidden.
Mm-hmm.
How did you get expelled from Charter Hall Academy? Or did you leave?
Expelled. Like she would have. Think. Because she's so interested in spirits, she would have gotten her hands on some illegal text and probably about probably about the whole like summoning spirits and like all the different glyphs and stuff, which is what led her to figure out how to make ghost wards. And so she had this like, she thought she was still like it was kind of like she's still doing the spike right craft. What?
Spark right.
Spark right.
It's Sparkcraft. The Spark Rights is the guild.
Okay. Yeah, so like she's still in all those classes for it, but then she's kind of like, oh, what's this shit? Let me, no, I could still totally use it for like Sparkcraft stuff, totally. But then just kind of gets like starts ignoring the Sparkcraft stuff, and then
The end of it.
now that she actually found something new and something that like wasn't always told, like do this. This is like, oh, this is a new thing I can learn, and this is interesting. And like a whole new world of like possibilities of things to learn, because it's always been a specific field, and now it's like, oh, but what about this field? And then I think just one day she she made a ghost ward on one of her like Sparkcraft things, and it just kind of exploded, as she does.
I knew it was going to be an explosion.
Yes. You make like a small device or whatever, and you go to show it off for your professor, and you summon like a spirit, like just one little spirit, won't hurt anyone.
Just a little guy.
And as it comes screaming in, the container you've built is not able to sustain the energy. And it does explode, and you burn your professor's face, permanently disfiguring him. With spirit energy. Shortly after that, you are expelled. That night, we won't get into too graphic details, but Eckerd does find out. And I think this is the last interaction you had until fairly recently. But Eckerd expressed his displeasure in a brutish and physical manner, or at least would attempt to. Myre, you presumably stand up for yourself. You run away. How does that kind of play out?
I think she doesn't see the explosion as a failure because she still summoned a ghost, which is something that she had never done before, and it worked. She sees it as like a stepping stone of like, oh, I did that, but I could do more with that. And then it's just the fact that she still has she's like so excited, like oh, like we could like do something with it, like there's a potential here. And then she comes home and like just like, no, it's bad, you like flunked out. And then like just going through like she's on that high of like she knows she did something bad, but it's like, holy shit, I did something. But it's like,
yes,
like
on that
one
high.
thing, like on that high, I was like, no, I did something. This wasn't me just following everything I was supposed to do. I did something, and it was cool, and it could work. And you're gonna tell me that like, no, this is shit. I was bad. Like just one of the times like he goes to like Striker, she just like grabs whatever he was about to like hit and is like fuck you, I'm taller than you first off, and she's just like
You're small, man.
you are small in all the ways, every way, even the way you're thinking right now, all the ways he's small.
That's what I was thinking. I was thinking he was small in character and stature.
You tiny man.
He truly
And
is.
she's
Don't
like
want no
kind of just like shrieks at him like I don't even think it makes sense. She just kind of devolves into ranting, and then she just like grabs a couple things and just runs out.
Don't want no short man.
What's the weird ranty thing that comes out of her mouth that doesn't make sense, that like is gonna play back and haunt her after the fact? You know, like what's the stupid thing that comes out on accident?
You've got the smallest dick I've ever seen, Dad.
It's like I'm
You're small man,
hungry.
a small dick is a miracle I was somehow born, because anything could get out of that tiny ass dick. I'm sure all the things compressed, and I can't imagine anything getting out of it.
Myre,
Stupid.
that's just like, I talked about his dick way too much.
Your dumb face is as smelly as a butt. Damn it!
You know what? Your
Not what I
kisses
wanted
are
to say.
shit. You always gas them up at potlucks, but nope, there's always leftovers. It's not because people are like nervous about taking them. No, because they're shit.
Nobody likes your pot roast, Dad.
You're a bad mother, Dad. Damn it! That's not what I was trying to say.
Yeah, and you see as you insult his cooking, because he is actually one of the few things that he does do consistently is make sure you eat. Like all throughout your childhood, he's been happy to cook for you. He thinks he's a wonderful cook, and he's truly not. When you insult his cooking, it is the first time in your life you've ever seen him taken aback, and like a single like he might have like a single tear forming in the corner of his eye before he's like, "You are a vicious disappointment, and you're a waste of my life." Good riddance.
You can insult me, you can insult your mother, but my cooking?
It's too far. Get out.
You like me lobster, don't you? I've seen it. You like me lobster.
We all know your lobsters are mudfish.
Yeah. And so we see that that twist of anger, face of anger and maybe even triumph as you yell at your father just a few short years ago. And we cut to you in the modern time. How does Myre feel in this moment? Is she scared? Is she scheming? Is she like, what's she up to? What's in her head?
It's like she's still got that anxiety because it's like she managed to tell him off, but it's still like, oh shit. It's like that. It's that kind of like, because she hasn't really seen him much after that. But it's like,
Yeah.
like you can't get rid of trauma like that.
No, you can't. And I don't think you ever were super familiar with what your father actually did for a living.
Mm-hmm.
Other than that, he had a trusty wheelbarrow he always brought home with him every night,
Yeah.
covered up in a tarp. But I think as you're walking, he says to you, for years now, I have been working with some of the worst people in this city to gather corpses, to bring them down here, to allow people to come in and allow the spirit wardens to perform their experiments, to take what's left after they remove the soul, and to turn it into something useful. And in one single day, you and your stupid friends came and destroyed everything I had built. You ruin everything you touch.
You're welcome.
And frankly, we're gonna be leading them down, and I truly hope that your friends die along the way to save you, because they have been nothing but a thorn in my side.
So he's making Leviathan blood from people?
No, he made hollows from people.
Oh, you're talking about the corpses.
Yeah.
That was
He's
all
a-
him, baby.
Yeah, him and the spirit wardens have been colluding. That's what he just said. It's a whole thing where he collects corpses and then he allows the spirit wardens to come down, perform experiments on them in the library, and then he keeps the bodies and he does his own bit of business with them.
And he makes the horde. Okay.
Yes. But
I don't like that.
yeah.
Not
You get down to the second story and he leads you into like a back room. Like there's like a bookcase there and it looks like there's just all these rotten books. It looks the same as everything else. But he just immediately pinpoints and kind of reaches into the side and he hits a button. And it opens up like a door and he leads you into like a small room. And he kind of pushes you in like a jail cell and closes it behind you. And that's the last that you see of him in this moment. Again, you can resist any consequence in the game if you don't want to be locked up or if you want to like set up an easy way for you to get out. That's
Yes.
something you can do.
That is what I wanted to do.
Okay. Yeah, actually we'll do it instead of as a resistance roll. Let's do it as an action. Let's see if you can do it quickly enough and subtly enough that he doesn't notice. Kind of like putting the tape on the door so that it doesn't actually close properly.
Yeah. Be a wreck or a tinker? I guess tinker because of be quiet.
That would
Would
be
be wreck.
my recommendation.
Yeah. Okay.
I'll say it's risky for standard effect.
Push it for another.
Do it.
Risky for standard.
Oh, so close. Still pretty good.
Still positive.
Okay.
Very good. Positive.
It is a success, and so you do it, and they don't notice. So you manage to like quickly just kind of shove something in, or even just block it off so that the door is not going to close properly, and that you should be able to just open it up. A complication occurs though, which is that you can hear Eckerd and the vampire pretty close by outside of this room.
She's gonna do another of those talk through the waters and get the guys know where she's at.
And as you get this message there, Marv and Lechusa, we see, and Ludes, you are like slowly navigating kind of like this field of like traps, including like improvised like landmines, and then as you make your way down the stairs, you kind of are like weaving through all of these tripwires at different heights. Like there's some at chest height and some just at ankle height, some that are like taller than you even, in case you're trying to just jump over everything.
Okay.
Yeah,
He hates kangaroos too.
Yeah. Well, to be fair, I think he watched Ludes do a pretty impressive feat of acrobatics the last
That's
time
fair.
we were here.
That's totally fair. They
Speaking
verged
of,
on superhuman.
yeah. Speaking of Ludes and Drillbit, you guys are on distraction duty, or you guys are on infiltration duty.
Extraction duty. Oh yeah.
Yeah. How are you guys like navigating here? Like at this point in time, because you are not necessarily with Drillbit or with Marvin and Lechusa.
Yeah. No. I was thinking.
Is this the way in that way? There's another way around back we can go through. That way we kind of, sneak in the back. Or the front. Depending on how you want to look at it. You want to go around? You want to go through this way? I mean, there's a lot of fucking noise going on there. It sounds like somebody stepped on a golden marmoset or something in there.
I definitely think you are right to go around. If our compatriots have told us anything, it's that those stairs are not to be trusted.
Yeah, I'm getting something. She's in her room. Oh, God. She's in her room down there. I hate when that happens. Is that what it's like for you guys all the time? Because I'm thinking a lot. I'm always thinking. I never stop. And just, I hope I... all right. Yeah, let's go. Let's go around. There's a way around. Come on. Follow me. Where's the... I don't know where she went. All right. Yeah, just you and me, Tim, man. Let's go.
So, take him around the back.
All right.
I don't remember how to get there, but Lutz does.
That's fair. Yeah, so you would I think if you you would remember, because you fell down it before, there's actually like a hole in the floor.
Yeah.
Leading down. So you can kind of skip a whole level, like you guys just kind of like go down, controlled fall to the next floor. You scamper around. You even see, Ludes, where you had set up your rope previously when you made that feat of acrobatics.
I thought there was at the bottom level, like that door that went out.
Oh, you want to go around. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you guys move quickly enough, I think that you guys could get there, relatively quickly.
Yeah.
Oh, so we are leaving and not going to the front. Well,
Yeah.
One step forward, two steps back, I suppose.
Yeah. I won't make you roll for it, but we'll introduce you guys a little bit later in the scene. Probably it's gonna take you like maybe 15 minutes to get there. Myre, you can hear Eckerd kind of clicking away at some sort of device. You can hear like the scraping of like nails against the board against like the bookcase that you're behind.
Mm-hmm.
As like the vampire seems to just kind of be blooming nearby. Marv and Lechusa, like you guys are making progress, but it is going to take you like quite a while to navigate this. If you guys like, basically I'm going to ask, is anyone have an idea of what they want to do? Or should we just cut to the when Drillbit and them show up?
Like there'll be this scene where like Marv and Lechusa come through and they're just like covered in like spikes and thorns and other types of things after going through this gauntlet, and then like out from the side comes like Ludes and Drillbit, just like, there's the side door.
Yeah, exactly. It's like,
Okay, we're here. Hey, you guys look like crap. I thought, weren't you gonna do the handoff? What happened? You're supposed to distract them. You're just getting here now? Boy.
There's a back door. Why are we going this fucking way with all the traps? I know we can just come around here.
Yeah, I mean, that's the whole point. Maybe they didn't know. I don't know. Look, I was gonna sneak in. You guys were gonna distract them.
I don't think you guys actually meet up though.
No, you don't. In fact,
Oh, well,
what does
then none of
happen,
that
and
happens.
the reason I'm asking this, just in case anyone had something specific they wanted to do, as you finally get down to the third floor, so you're one floor away from where you would know that Myre is. Those who can hear in the waters. You just see Eckerd waiting there for you at the bottom of the stairs. You see this this diminutive older gentleman. He appears to be unarmed and he seems to be alone. Marv and Lechusa see him there.
Ugh. It's a first steps a doozy, huh? Alright, little man. You want the money? I got the money.
Pass along the money and I guess make your way back out the way you came.
No, I don't like that. Here's the deal. I want you're gonna release the girl. Yeah. And then you're gonna turn all this crap off. And then we're gonna leave. So I don't like it. It was a mess. Really stressing me out. So
I would like to see the money first. I will, of course, release her. That is how ransom works.
I don't know.
I'll even let you
Oh.
go out the other entrance.
Another entrance. Do you know about another entrance?
Which is so you do not.
You're asking the wrong person. And he continues to just kind of keep looking around aimlessly.
Damn it. Alright, look. You release the girl and maybe I'll show you the money. How's it? No. But no, you release the girl and then I'll give you the money. No. You throw the girl, I'll throw the money at the same time.
You're both bad at negotiating. Could you just please give him the money? And can we please get the girl and just leave?
Said
Yes.
I'm not supposed to give him the money.
Excuse me?
At this point, you just hear a from like above.
I'm really happy
As-
Zoom cut that.
You're welcome.
Really that looked intense and was frightening. That was a scream.
I was like a banshee
Oh,
whale.
it's doing it again. It's doing it again. Good.
Yeah, getting suppressed. It's
So the banshee whale comes in.
Yoiks.
Shioba
too intense.
enters the scene. What is she doing?
Oh, she's going full scary ghost mode, swooping down at them, like clawing at them.
Okay.
Holy shit, a ghost.
So are
I'm gonna
you
punch it.
are you attacking him or are you just trying to like cause chaos?
Oh, I'm causing chaos.
Okay.
I'll think about attacking him later.
So as Shiova enters the scene, I'm gonna need Lechusa and Marv to make a resistance roll to not be afeared.
No fear.
Eckerd will also make one. Though if you would prefer, you could make an action roll to see how well it does instead of him making a resistance roll.
I do a tune because I'm a scary ghost.
Yes, you could attune.
Do we have like a crew upgrade slot available? Because there's a crew ability for not getting feared, isn't there?
You already have it. It gives you a +1 die to resistance rolls against supernatural effects.
Okay.
Which you
I think there's a
again,
special ability for one of the classes that lets you. I think it's a whisper
That's-
special ability
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
I see, yeah.
that lets you ignore it.
It's like, wait, can we meta? But okay, sorry, go ahead.
No, you have anointed, So you get 1 additional die to resistance rolls against supernatural threats. You also get +1 healing to supernatural harm.
And I think you were talking to Iron Will. You're immune to terror that some supernatural entities inflict on sight.
There you go. Yep.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm gonna try. I'm gonna make my resisty.
Yeah.
Okay. And
Is that
so the
resolve?
resistance roll will succeed. Yeah, I think it would be a resolve roll. So it will succeed. It's just a matter of how much stress you make or take.
Oh, nice.
and we get a +1.
Yeah, that is correct.
Bad, not bad.
Yeah. Lechusa, I feel like Shiova is perhaps like a more potent, certainly more cognizant or aware spirit than you are necessarily used to dealing with. You feel like she has like a level of cognition for a spirit that maybe would make her more difficult to compel than the average. She seems a lot closer to life than most spirits.
So it'd be fear and fascination.
Yeah, but you are,
Fascination.
but more fascination. I think your fascination, you just have this moment where you're like, oh. But even as you like gaze upon her in fascination, like you do feel like that chill run down your spine, and your heart want to leap out of your chest. Marv, you do feel this as well, though you steal yourself, all the same.
Like when a
Did
lion
you-
charges at the glass in a zoo. You're like, I know I'm safe, but oh.
Still
Yeah.
scary.
And then did you make your roll there? Shiova?
No. So attune.
Yeah.
Aiva.
Okay. You have a minor consequence. It would have been risky for standard stuff, but that's okay. I can adjust. I just won't read the text because I'll get it wrong if I do that. So what ends up happening is, yeah, he does like cower and he immediately begins to like run as quick as he can. Now he's not super fast, but he does manage to get a little bit of speed on you guys. It looks like he has like a location in mind for where he wants to go. And I'm going to start a 4-second clock. Which is going to be called Trap.
He's gonna bring this place down on us.
Perhaps. But yes, and he will fill out only 1 segment on that one. Unless somebody wants to make a resistance or protect roll or whatever you'd like to kind of keep pace with them in the moment.
I want to send another spirit to chase after him.
Okay. Give me a resistance roll using resolve.
Where the hell is he going?
He seems to be heading towards the stairs to go back down 1 level.
And I have a trauma.
Oh.
Already.
As Lechusa?
Already. Damn. That was fast,
Wow.
buddy.
Okay. You send out this spirit.
The trauma is reckless.
Is it? Are you sure?
Yeah, as you send this out, you're realizing that like the biggest thing that's happening is every time you release these spirits and then allow them to return back to you, they come back a little less human. Or like a little less cognizant than they were the last time, and you're finding it starting to impact your mind. Because you are also a spirit. And I think over time that you would become what is known as a feral spirit if you keep using your power so recklessly. Yeah, you send this spirit out, and it does seem to keep pace with him. It certainly makes it very obvious where he is and where he's going. It's enough to knock down his 1 progress on the 4-segment clock.
Nice.
And is perhaps shocking enough. However, Lechusa, as you have this moment, the spirits within you start to like writhe around and like fight against and perhaps seek to gain control over the body. And Marv, as you're running away from where Lechusa is, you kind of look and it looks like there's like worms almost underneath this man's skin, as like these bodies seem to be fighting inside of him. And you will be out for this scene there, Lechusa. However, actually, I will allow that to have great effect. So, like, you're going to push it up 1 level further. So not only are you kind of slowing him down, but you can do 1 additional thing. What is this spirit going to do to Eckerd?
So this ghost is gonna grapple him.
Okay. So this spirit is able to manifest enough to grapple him. Shiova and Marv, as you guys kind of approach, and it would be pretty quickly. You see him being held there, and his wrists being burned or his shoulders being burned with spirit burn. As you two bind him.
You want me to tie him up, or should I punch him? What are we doing? I don't know. There's nobody here. Shit. Yeah, all right, up you go, little man. Yeah, but that's like a ghost that's floating around. I don't know.
Still kind of flying around because I think she knows that we were told ahead of time that there was a vampire.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right, up we go, little guy.
Yeah, and we'll cut over to Myre. Does Myre have a plan?
I was gonna say, can she hear this chaos happening?
Yes. Yeah, certainly.
Can she tell if the vampire is still there?
I want you to make a roll.
Okay.
Either a fortune roll, or if you want to do like a study or a survey.
Do a study.
Okay. It's going to be for limited effect because of the supernatural nature of the target. And we'll say it's risky because if you're wrong, you're wrong.
That's fair.
Fair.
6!
Nice.
It's a success.
A success.
You actually do hear her, but you hear her scuttling like across the ceiling.
What the fuck?
And you see her like clearly she's moving up to where closer to where these noises are coming from. You feel like you have a moment where you're alone.
Why's it gotta be weird like that? Why can't you just be normal?
Why can't you just be normal?
Stop.
Just take the stairs. God damn.
All right, I think now's the time. She's gonna book it out of there. She's not gonna go directly for the stairs to go up, but she is gonna try to hide in like the bookcases around, just not be in there.
Okay. I'm gonna roll that success over. You do manage to get there. That's the limited success, is that you are out of that room and you are currently unsupervised, but you will need a moment to kind of get your bearings and figure out what's going on. Marv, as you go to pick up Eckerd, you just hear like it's like silent basically, except for Eckerd complaining, and then he says, "Get him, my love," and all of a sudden this vampire is on your back.
Oh god, there's somebody on me. Where did you come from?
Lechusa, like as you kind of shiver and regain your senses for a moment, we'll say that you're operating as if like you had a level 3 harm, which means that if you want to act, you need to push yourself each turn. But you are not fully out of the scene, but you are operating as like you are operating against your body as like several entities within you are fighting for control
Well, Shiova full on wants, now that the vampire revealed itself, she wants to dive bomb that girl.
Okay.
Start cat fight.
All right.
Yeah, and realizing that's happening, she's be like, you know what? I'll let them deal with that.
Yeah. Yeah, and I'll say this: Marv can assist. You guys can do it as a group action. Is an option as well, but you would have to roll the same roll.
Oh, that's true. I have one Pippin skirmish.
I got 3.
That might be where our things overlap. I got 2 in Hunt. Do you have any in Hunt?
None.
Okay, so I think that one Pippin skirmish is all we got.
Okay.
I can't really handle taking too much stress.
I can take a little stress.
So maybe Shiova is the leader of this section.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so we're both rolling skirmish.
Let's get skirmy.
Yeah.
Position.
The position is desperate.
Okay.
For standard effect, I think because you are a supernatural entity and because of Marv's special ability to be able to punch ghosts, you probably will do okay in this fight. These are the two right people to fight a vampire.
Punch ghost.
Punch ghost.
Okay, so nobody takes any stress. However, it is a partial success. Marv, this woman's claws kind of dig into your shoulders, and as Shiova kind of lashes out and scratches at her, Shiova's hand passes straight through this woman and just tries to pull out her spirit from this body. And she's starting to wrestle, and it writhes and it screams, and then I don't know. Are you gonna throw it, or are you gonna punch it? What are you doing? It's attached to your back, and its claws are digging into your shoulders. Just describing it.
Yeah. Okay. But he's got Eckerd in probably 2 hands. He's probably holding him in 2 hands. Yeah. Basically, he's holding him by the belt, with one hand, like a briefcase. He's like, hey, stop. He's trying to reach back to snatch her off his back, but his arms can't bend that far, so he can't get back. Stop it. Stop! I can't fucking. And he's gonna jump onto his back.
All right. And in doing so, you will take severe harm there.
Okay, I got armor.
Yeah. So that is gonna be a level 2 harm, we'll say, for now. It's a level 2 harm. Called Scratch to Bits.
Okay.
As you pin her underneath you, she begins to lash out, and she's pulling her claws across your chest as she's reaching around and flailing.
Okay.
However, you do have her successfully pinned. You've done some damage to this creature.
Nice.
Yeah, you still have a hold of Eckerd.
Okay.
Unless you would rather not take the harm and let go of Eckerd.
No.
Okay. Yeah.
That's it. That's all you got. They're worse than that before.
Yeah. So, yeah. It's in this moment that we'll say that Ludes and Drillbit have managed to come up the stairs and find Myre. You guys moved up
Okay. Ludes opens the door and he goes, hey, that's it. Here we are. Hey, ta-da.
I sort of think everyone should have taken this exit, but that's fine. We'll work from here. Oh, hello, Myre. We're here to save you, but it seems you have already saved yourself. So we're
Did you bring my gun?
Yeah, I got the big guy's got it.
And then you hear the fight, hey, stop it, and you're slamming, ow, stop.
Oh, but he's going to scuff up my gun.
And there's also the screaming from the ghost man up there too.
The hell's going on in here? This seems like a mess. I thought this was supposed to go smoothly. I don't know. I thought. Why am I dressed like a clown? And what did that have to do with this whole thing? I'm taking off this silly nose.
So we I guess Marv is carrying Myre's gun. Okay. You guys you have Eckerd under control, but you do not necessarily have full control over this vampire. Is there anything you guys would like to do to try and resolve this situation?
Shiova possess a vampire?
Go ahead and try.
I'll go ahead and try.
Why not?
Why not? Sounds fun.
Yeah. So Shiova, go ahead and give me a roll.
Yes.
You will. I will give you this much. It is certainly possible.
It's possible.
I don't know if you're gonna make this roll.
It is going to be desperate for limited effect. I'm assuming you're making it a 2 and roll. Now you can certainly push yourself. For either greater effect or more dice. Maybe somebody else might look to assist.
Ludes will assist.
Okay.
I don't know if I want to possess her now. I was just gonna. If I can't eat, she wanted to eat. If I'm not gonna be able to eat her, then
You don't eat that.
I don't want to eat that.
Okay. Well, if you wanted to eat her, that's different than possessing her. You could make a hunt roll as a spirit to see if you can eat the spirit within her.
Okay.
It is still going to be desperate,
That's fine.
but it'll be for standard effect because you are a supernatural entity.
Okay. And I will push my push. So why not?
All right. And Ludes, are you assisting with this hunt roll?
Now, can I do the attune to assist?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you would describe. Like
this isn't a group action. It's the assist. So
Yeah.
yes, he will assist. So I take the 2 stress to give the extra die.
Yeah. And what does it look like when Ludes assists?
So he's gonna do his thing where, he huffs and he puffs, and then, like, as he's going down and his essence leaves his body, just a moment, shines like a beacon, and it's totally distracting for the ghost or the vampire. The vampire's distracted by it. He shines this golden light on the ghost plane.
I like it. We'll have to learn more about that in the future. But as you kind of engage with it, like, you slip into the ghost field yourself there, Shiova, and you can see behind you, or you can maybe even feel like this beacon of light. You don't have time. You have a job to do, but the vampire does just for a moment glance away, and the way that would look to you is like you can see that there's a person there, but you can also see that there's like a separate person inside, like like a spirit inside of this body. And while the physical body is continuing to look forward and flail, the other one very calmly looks towards Liz. And you can make your hunt roll.
Get it, girl. Get it, girl. Get it, girl. Huh?
Pretty close.
That is a partial success. I think this is one of the few entities that probably could hurt Shiova. And we're going to have our cat fight. So go ahead and describe. You guys are both on the ghost field. What is Shiova trying to do? Are you trying to eat her? Are you trying to rip her from the body?
Oh yeah, she's like, it's like full, just like, just be, she'll like clawing at her to like kind of like tear apart. Like if like a bit of a limb gets close enough to the mouth, she will like kind of bite and tear at it. But it's just full whirling dervish shredding around.
Yeah, and Marv, you feel the body go limp on top of you while this is happening. You can kind of make out what's happening. I would need another resistance roll from anybody in the scene that does not want to be afeared. Because I like saying afeared.
Yeah, I was gonna ask about that. What does it do? Is it like a temporary needs help situation?
It's a temporary level 2 harm in this instance.
Okay.
Which I believe gives you 1 less dice on every roll.
Yeah.
And that's any non like Shiova and Drobit are fine for this, right? I'm assuming.
Yes. Drillbit would be fine because he is also a spirit.
Is Myre there? Because I didn't say she went up to the next floor yet.
No, but because of like the feral nature of this attack, I'm going to say that it spreads kind of a very large distance. Eckerd will succumb to this effect as well.
Okay. Yeah. I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try to resolve it. Here we go.
Yeah, Myre's got to try to resolve it.
Don't forget the +1 die.
Yeah. So you do.
All right. I take 1 for Marv.
Okay. That doesn't traumatize you.
I've got 1 open.
Okay. Yeah. So you live forever.
Yeah. That's how that works.
So resist is roll the one with the least pips.
No. That's only if you're doing your vice. In this case, it would be resolve.
Okay. Which is still the one with the least pips for me. This one. Of course.
Ooh.
Oh no.
That's not good.
That's only 4 stress. Again, live forever.
On the edge as well.
I'm on the edge.
But because you guys rolled that, Marv and Myre, you can act as normal. Lechusa, I'll say that you do not have to make this roll, like, because you're already kind of in like a state where you're like so out of it that you basically like are like it would be the same if not just adding salt to the wound. You were already in a position where you'd have to push in order to act as well. Because you have a equivalent of a level 3 harm for this scene. So yeah, I mean, Shiova, you are catfighting with this spirit. The body itself is like a lot more lethargic. It's slowed down. It's stopped clawing at Marv. As this fight seems to be taking place on the ghost field. Ludes, as you stand there acting as a beacon, you can see it. One other thing that both you and Shiova would be able to see, as well as Lechusa with his spirit mask, is that there is like a tether or like a chain that is binding this spirit to the body.
It's my cue.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. Sorry. I don't know what I was waiting for. So, yeah. Sorry. I don't know what just happened. Hold on. All right. I'm back. All right. Ludes is going to go for it. He sees the chain on the ghost plane there. He's going to try to sever the ties that bind. He's going to use a tune, because that's the only way to really do this. And he's starting to get real lightheaded. What is this? Risky standard? What do we got?
Because you established that you're getting real lightheaded, I'm gonna say it's desperate. Get some free XP.
All right, here we go.
Before you roll,
yeah,
I think seeing this type of thing going on, Drillbit would absolutely go to assist with this. Really just kind of seeing things happen and
Yes.
attuning as well into the spirit thing in order to help kind of basically from behind Ludes help push him forward and get him better into position. So just kind of hopping off a little bit behind to help out.
Okay. So are you doing an assist or are you doing as a group action?
There was an assist, but there it is.
Okay. Okay.
Well, I did the extra die for the assist. That's what I thought.
Yep. That's
No,
what I was
that's worse.
saying.
That'll do it.
Okay,
Hey.
that's a critical success. So, Shiova, as you're wrestling with this, Marv, as you have the body kind of pinned underneath you, Lechusa, you can see this, Drillbit, you can see this, and as you kind of push Ludes forward, go ahead and describe, how does Ludes cut this binding?
So you said it looks like a chain. Like the
Yes.
ghost chains of Marley.
Mhm.
He's gonna see those, and he drifts, and like it's like a dream, the way that he moves. You know, everything seems, from his perspective, the world's moving around him, and he gets closer and closer, and they get shoved. He goes, he goes closer and closer, faster and faster, and he finally gets there, and he sees where the chain is attached through. And I'm taking some liberties here. It's embedded through, like, behind the Achilles tendon of the foot, like through the skin, like between the Achilles tendon and the bone, and it's all like bad looking, you know, like black and like tendrils of like red and shit shooting through it. And he's like thinking, it looks like that hurts a lot. I don't think you want to be here anymore. This is not the right place for you. Everybody deserves a little bit of freedom in their lives or afterlives, I guess. Let me get that out of there. Let me just grab on, and I'm just gonna pull. It's gonna hurt, but it'll be better after. I swear. And he yanks the chain out of there, and then pops back into his body. And he's, oh,
Mhm.
did it work?
Shiova, with that freedom, when you are wrestling with this creature, you're no longer, it pulls completely out of the body, and Marv, the body just is a corpse underneath you. The spirit, as Shiova pulls it out, starts to burn and disintegrate, kind of underneath you as you feast upon it. Go ahead and clear your stress there, Shiova.
Nice! Marv is gonna take full credit for what happened.
I mean, for as far as he's concerned, he did it.
Crushed her.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You're welcome. Feel free to jump in anytime, everyone.
Yeah.
I distracted him. Now we gotta rescue the girl. Oh, my back is bleeding a lot. Oh, what's happening with that guy? Did he fell down or something? Looked real weird.
Eckerd, from where he is, Marv, you can see that he has wet himself.
I forgot about this guy. Ugh,
But you feel
it's
the warmth.
disgusting.
You feel the warmth as it begins to drip down onto your leg. Because why not? No.
I don't like that. I don't like when
yeah.
you do that. Don't do that.
Myre, a couple of things you see. You see that this body goes limp.
Coming up the stairs.
As you do, you see your father weeping as he tries desperately, perhaps failing because Marv is keeping him at a distance, to cling or grasp to the woman's corpse.
What did I fucking tell you?
Me?
Not
I don't
you,
know.
idiots. Where's my
Oh,
gun?
okay.
You did better not have scratched up my gun.
Oh, yeah, it's, I hope it's okay. I crushed, it was on my back here. I don't know. I can't reach it. It's
Oh,
kind of
give me that.
It's got a lot of blood on it.
Yeah. But other than that, it seems to be perfectly functional.
This is your guy, right? This little guy.
Oh, that's the guy, all right.
You want me to punch him?
No, this one's
You wanna punch him?
mine. So, first I'd like to hear, is there anything you'd like to say? Now that you're openly weeping in front of everyone that you said we're going to die.
I'm not weeping. Oh,
Stay out of this, just stay quiet, you.
yeah, all right.
You know what? It's fine. You and your crew have bested me. That it is what it is. Just disappoint me one last time.
Good. Because I'll make sure that you never disappoint me again either. She takes out the gun, starts like charging it up.
You Eckerd manages to squirm just for the sake of the scene, away from Marv and begins to kind of shuffle away here. He's trying to run, but he's a little bit injured. He's still shaking in fear. And he's a dwarf, so he's not very fast. And so you have plenty of time to aim. There,
Oh,
Myre.
she's like she's not done monologuing. She's gonna just slowly fall.
Oh, go ahead.
Just slowly follow after him. Just. You said that I've always been a disappointment. You've never been happy with the things that I've made on my own. And all I do is wreck. So you know what? It's true. I made this thing, this little baby, to wreck. And I'll make sure that it stop you from ever wrecking my life ever again. Because, oh, this baby's not just going to kill your body. Oh, I'm going to make sure even your spirit never has a chance to haunt me. She, like, fires it up, aims at him. He's gonna shoot at him.
Yeah, and this bullet, it launches out, and it pierces straight through his heart. However, the body is completely fine, as his spirit is torn out of his body and immediately begins to burn. Shiova, Lechusa, and Drobit can hear his screams of agony as he is quote-unquote burnt alive on the ghost field only.
Fuck.
That's pretty metal.
What a way to go.
And his body just falls limp and just kind of tumbles down the last few stairs.
Does the gun make noise?
Oh, it was probably full of like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Does it have any kind of visual thing?
Oh
on the
yeah, dude! Like
regular
that thing is
place?
sparking with like the
Yeah.
electroplasmic energy.
Okay,
just,
but
like,
I mean, like,
glowing,
when you-
glowing on the sides as it like.
I
And it
actually
shoots out a
think
thing. Okay.
I think the bullet is invisible, if you would allow me to say that.
Okay.
Because it
Okay.
travels on the ghost field.
Okay. So it looks really impressive, and then Marv's like,
Just kind of like a
"About to happen."
like a little
It
like you
just
can
filled
feel
up.
like the little boom, but like you don't see anything.
Yeah, there's like a wind.
It's like that. Yeah. It's like
I think
that
it's
scene from
terrifying.
Rick and Morty where he just like touches a guy and the guy dies, and it's like, what the hell just happened?
So you died.
What the hell was it? Oh, sorry.
The real mistake you made was not taking my generosity and not responding that first time you tried your little tricks to get me back. Should have left things as they were, old man.
As Myre says this, those who can see onto the spirit plane sees that like his spirit is still alive and it's like just slowly burning, and it's like again screaming in agony. Just the whole time. Like she can't see that. It's just she's like monologuing to like a man who's burning alive. But yeah, no, I don't know. It was funnier in my head when I thought. She's like, take that, Dad. Oh my God.
It's like, and another
Yeah.
thing, and kind of
And
walking around,
another
like,
thing.
he's gone.
You all
Yeah.
whispered the hot pockets.
Oh,
Hot
you
pocket.
father me lobster though, ain't you?
You do manage to find a few things on these people. One, you do find a book that
Nice.
you were
I'm
looking for.
impressed.
My book.
Yeah, so when you eventually do return back to the cot where you had originally found him, you find the book, and sure enough, it was the book that you felt like you needed. What you didn't know is that Ecker needed it more because he wanted you to find him.
Oh, it's kind of cute.
And now he's dead.
In a psychotic way.
Well, I mean, like it could have brought the family together.
Eh,
Oh, it did,
I did.
Well, I mean, yeah,
and
it
then
did, it did.
apart again.
Yeah. Well, you know.
Um,
CLV.
Yeah, there's a few things that happen here. Shiova, as
think
you
so.
eat the spirit of Myre's mother, you do have moments where like you're kind of experiencing her life both before and after her death. And you see a long history of Eckert's decline. When he was a young man, he was like an ambitious upstart from a poor and abusive family himself. Though he was a brilliant mind in many ways, and you almost like experience this thing where it's like, yeah, like you can respect him and even love him despite the fact that he's a diminutive man and he again does not have a lot of assets. You kind of see over time as he tries over and over again to get people to see things his way and fails. He becomes like a little bit more hardened and a little bit more vicious. Until such a time where you attempt to remove Myre, your own daughter, from the home, and his response is to kill you. And then you are forced to witness as he raises your daughter in like this insane way as he really slips into like his own form of madness and abuses the crap out of your daughter. And you can't do anything about it because he has bound you to a body and has enslaved you basically. And it's been maybe 25 years that you've lived like this, and finally you're free. And so Myre's mother thanks you as you consume her. So I don't know what Shiova's going to do with that information, but she knows it.
Just gonna burp.
Pity. Seems like he would have been fun to tear apart. But seems like you all had dibs.
You do find some good stuff here.
Nice.
Having the opportunity to search Eckert himself, he actually has like a very interesting journal on his person.
Smells like pee.
We'll say it's in his coat jacket, so it barely smells like pee. It's fine. What you realize is that this has a lot of information about spark rights, spirit wardens, and several blue coats as well. And it outlines crimes that they've committed and things that they've done that would be executionable in a court of law. And what I'll say is that to the right buyer, it would be worth into the tune of about 12 coin.
Oh yeah, baby.
If you were into blackmail.
If you're into that kind of thing.
You're into blackmail, But yes, you do find that information. Another thing that you would get is that because you have eliminated the Horde as a faction in the game, we will give you another piece of turf.
Nice.
As this library becomes as your library is no longer infested with lice, as a kind way to put it. Your vice then kind of expands, and you have access to this library if you ever choose to renovate it. And yeah, so we will go into officially. I'm just going to throw on another turf there. Payoff for this score.
Pay me, baby.
Oh yeah. All right, and I'll show players if you go to payoff there. So we'll start with rep. Your crew earns 2 rep per score by default. Unfortunately, because you had already knocked down the Horde a peg, they are actually on the same tier as you.
Yeah.
So you will not gain any additional rep. Only the 2.
I mean, to be fair, we fought the Horde. We fought a single person, and so to think of it as the Horde of a single person, it lines up.
That's fair. I mean, yeah, he had a vampire with him, which is why he was still even like a tier 1. But otherwise he was, not doing so hot. You guys kind of took out the Horde.
Nice.
And I will actually delete them from the game. Goodbye.
Get out of here.
All right, but we did get some coin. I did say that you earned 12 coin. Impressive loot.
12 point.
Which you realize is very likely how he managed to get you into Charter Hall Academy in the first place. As that he had a long list of blackmail clients, and including such information as the names and home addresses of members of the Spirit Wardens.
Great job, by the way, totally avoiding the Spirit Wardens this fight by
Deleting the
deleting
evidence.
the spirits, right? It's like the
Yeah.
bodies are still fine. We just destroyed the spirits. So I'm curious when we get into payoff about like, is that murder? If it's not the body?
I mean, it's technically not murder yet. The body
They'll never
will
find
die.
out. They'll
The
never
body
find
will
out.
die.
They'll never
We'll
know.
get to it. We'll see how generous Aaron is feeling.
We've got like 7 days.
I'm
it'll
actually
be
going
murder.
to give you guys 0 heat for this score.
It did
Ooh.
happen like in the bellies of the city.
And it was a situation that Eckert had set up explicitly to not have other people involved.
Okay.
So really, like, no one, unless you start telling people, is gonna know about this.
Crazy.
There's a certain level of, I think that it's hard to keep anything completely quiet. There are like spirits and stuff like spirits, as Shio would know, are notorious gossips.
I was gonna say like, oh man, the gossip train in the spirit plane. Goddamn, guys,
Yeah.
loose lips everywhere.
All tea, all the
all
time.
the tea, all the time. Favorite
Yeah.
drink.
We're getting towards the end of our session here, guys. So yeah, we'll do incarceration. We'll do entanglements next time. Just very quickly, as we return, Adam, you mentioned you maybe want to have a moment with Myre. Are you up for doing that tonight?
Nah, this is not the time.
This is not
The time will be the next session.
That's
Faux
fair.
show.
Okay.
Oh shit.
As Ludes asks, what the hell happened?
Oh. Well, with that being said, Lachusa, anybody have anything they want to do as we before we fade to black on this lovely day?
Lechusa, to try to calm the spirits in him down, is going to shove his fingers into his chest
Okay, just put him in there.
and start to make a chant. And you see the worm start to reside a little bit. And then he takes it out. But that's about it. He's not going to do too much. He's just going to get up and try to process all the bullshit he also got to see on the side, too.
Yes, a lot happened, and this is really Lechusa's first time spending time with the guys. You know,
Got traumatized over it.
yeah. But yes, and that was a temporary measure, just so that you weren't out of the scene necessarily entirely. After you received that trauma, but yeah, you have some stuff to think about as you go home. Very quickly, before we end tonight's session, I just want to go to Vey. Out in Ironhook Prison. You are resting in your bed. You don't have a roommate currently. But the doors are unlocked currently. People are allowed to move freely about, at least on your floor or your section of the prison for the time being. But you've chosen to take some time and just maybe rest during the day, meditate within your cell. And the man that you had met previously, the one that you owe a favor to, stands at your door. Even though he's standing upright, he's still placing his hand on the bars of your cell, lifts up his foot and scratches his beard. And he says,
The foot?
yeah, with the foot.
Nice.
I got something I need from you. It's I finally got something to pay back that favor. I hope it worked out for you.
That's totally understandable. What favor do I owe back to you?
There's someone on the inside who failed to pay up in time. I extended him a loan, and unfortunately he didn't pay back. And so
Ignore that. Sorry, I was typing and
Oh.
typing.
No. I'm like, what is that? What's that dice roll? What is that dice roll?
you rolled your incarceration roll? I don't know what's going on. But yeah, he says, yeah, I need him to not have a hand. I think you can just take his hand is fine.
That's an interesting toll to pay. Just to make sure I have a full sense of context, how much did he owe you?
Well, he owed me for a pair of meals, a pair of extra meals. You would know this to be like a paltry sum. Like, it's not that hard, even like without being well connected or being a smuggler, to find a couple extra rations. You would say that like definitely less than 1 coin mechanically.
That's all it's worth, huh?
But yeah, it's more about the principle of the matter. I can't have people stealing from me.
No, I figured as much. As big as those meals could be, they ain't worth quite that much. It's just a hand just feels a little high. What about a finger?
I'll take a pinky and a thumb.
I see. Okay, well, you definitely seem like a reasonable man, and I can look into it and see how much I need to I'll follow up. I will definitely look into this and follow up with you.
I've heard nothing but good things about you there. Looking forward to doing business with you in the future. And he winks at you. And then he reaches out and strokes your thigh with his foot and then leaves.
Very
I just imagine the
uncomfortable.
whole time he's like rubbing his beard with his foot. And he's like, I got some thoughts.
Yeah, he's still scratching his beard with his foot, and then he holds up his left hand and he's kind of looking at it. He's like, yeah, a thumb and a pinky. Those are the only fucking digits you actually need. Just leaving the rest. I don't need a whole hand. Good thinking.
You're right. I don't need a whole hand. Just 2 fingers. That'll do.
How's he gonna do the shaka?
But with all that being said, ladies and gentlemen, that is our session for this evening. I'm glad Myre got some closure. I feel like that was a healthy experience for her.
Oh, yeah.
Patricide? All right.
And speaking of patricide, you should join us over on Patreon. I think I've said this like 3 times. I don't know what I'm saying tonight. But yeah, if you've enjoyed what you listened to, I hope you check us out again next week. Follow us on Facebook, or even just sign up for the Patreon as a free member. We got lots of interesting stuff coming out in the near future. Probably by October, I think we're launching some new show and some new content. And if you want to be in the know about that, just follow us on the social medias. And with all that being said, I wish you all to have a good night. To the